Beautiful breeze.
And it is definitely being the third game of the day. Very rough on these players. I know both teams previously in their games before this, Matt, both had a 12-run game. So they probably spent a lot of time in that outfield, and they're hot,
absolutely.
They're tired, and they're ready to get this game in going and get back to the hotel.
And this is where stamina plays a big part in it. You need to figure out who has the most to get yourself through the game, get yourself through these 6 innings, both defensively and offensively, because this opponent, whether you're Gateway or Boston, is going to be a lot tougher than the ones that you've played earlier today, with all due respect to the kind of remade Long Island Bombers and, you know, the kind of newly made Braille Bandits. So this is going to be a battle of titans. You have the Boston Renegades, Rosina, who haven't been here since 2019, so welcome back to them, and the Gateway Archers with a brand new pitcher by the name of Johnny Walker. Pretty good stuff for them. So this should be a real battle today.
Okay, we have both teams up at home plate with our ready for a coin toss to decide who's going to have that home team advantage. We've got the Boston Renegades in their dark navy blue uniforms with the bat across the front. And then we also have the Gateway Archers in their traditional black uniforms with the front bright blue triangle, the arch over it, and an arrow across the triangle below it. Gateway Archers.
Rosina, I haven't had the privilege of seeing Gateway play this season, but I have seen Boston play a couple times this season, and they are kind of typical Boston. Fast, very live, as you mentioned before we came on the air, just very excited, passionate. Very good defensive team. They will always be on it, so Gateway needs to be quick.
I believe Gateway just won the coin toss, so of course they would have taken the home team advantage if I am correct on that toss. Still waiting to hear the final.
So Boston will get to hit
Checking
first.
to make sure that we are going to be having our breaks. The umpires making sure everything is correct with each team before we get started. Verifying blindfold checks if we want to do it at every inning, or if they're good with it once at the beginning and good for the game.
And thank you to all of those who are listening. The 2022 first NBBA game of the day of the season for this World Series, and definitely a World Series that promises to have a lot of excitement like every other World Series, but a lot of parity. The 5-time champion Thunder definitely remade this year for sure in the offseason, so lots of parity. Not really know what to expect too much in this World Series, and it starts with this game today. Don't really know what to expect at all.
Well, I was correct. The Archers are taking the home team. They're up on the line, on the first base line, lined up for a blindfold check by the ump. While we're waiting for the Renegades to bring the rest of their team over there, they came in a little bit late, so they're still getting all their breaks and exercises and everything in before they're ready to play.
Renegades coach Rob Weissman, one of the staples in the game, one of the really good quality coaches in this game. He's always there for his team, always has his team's back, always coaching them up as best he can. That's why the Renegades are a staple in this competition.
Yeah, I watched them play their game right before this, Matt. I got in on it a little late, and I think I might have missed most of the action. By the time I got there, they were just hitting their 12-run rule, but there was a lot of high spirits over on the bench, a lot of singing, a lot of backup for their fellow players. It's just something really wonderful to say that, you know, they care about the game, and even though they were winning at that point, they were definitely having a good time, but still congratulating the other team and, you know, just keeping right on top of that. Really good sportsmanship.
Yeah, like you said, though, they're going to have to keep some of that pizzazz and that passion and that excitement, because it's the third game out of 3 now, so whatever you have in the tank, it's running on adrenaline probably. So whatever you got, you know, make sure you give it to yourself and to the rest of your teammates to get yourself through this, because we even know as broadcasters last year that third game of the day was always the hardest to get through. So
it is hard, and keeping in mind, we definitely want to thank all the volunteers in the city of Beaumont who's bringing all the water, keeping everyone hydrated, running people from field to field, making sure that these athletes are ready to play at their peak performance as much as possible. So a great big shout out to Beaumont. And we do now have the ump over on the third base line, checking blindfolds for the Renegades. About halfway through the lineup.
Thank you indeed to Beaumont, Texas, though, and thank you to whoever put together that concession stand over there, because that's one of the best concession stands I've ever had. That's probably the best concession stand burger I've ever had in my entire life. I've never had one that tasted so good, and I mentioned on the broadcast last night, had some more of that juicy sausage, that Beaumont, Texas sausage that just melts in your mouth and is really juicy. So thank you for that too.
And that was wonderful also.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. But this game should be wildly entertaining. We were given this game of the day. We heard we were doing this in a couple weeks ago, and I was excited when I heard we would have the opportunity to do this game. This is two top flight teams, a Gateway Archers team that a lot of people think is a dark horse top 5 team, and a Boston Renegades who everyone thinks is a potential top 5 team. So this is a legitimate matchup of two teams that we could be seeing Friday and possibly even Saturday.
Absolutely, it's going to be a wonderful game. We do have Archers are now fully out on the field, just a couple final setup and adjustments from the spotters.
One guy had a weird mask.
And we have the Renegades heading back over to their bench as they get their lineup up in place. The ball is tossed to the Renegades pitcher. Just waiting for the final setup and getting our catcher in play. And we'll be ready to start this game of the day. You can hear some chanting and singing over there by the Renegades over by third base.
And I think the batter based on that is Joe McNamara.
I do believe that is Joe.
You can usually tell who's batting for Boston based on their cheer. If you don't have any lineups or rosters, just listen to the cheer. You can usually pick up who they're cheering for.
Yep, so we do have Joe up. He's setting his bat down in front of home plate. Get a nice adjustment. He's got his black cleats on. Black and white bat. He's leaning over the stretch over the bat and waiting for the final call to get started.
This guy's a great all-around player. He can run, he can field.
I saw him do some amazing defensive plays in the last game, so it's going to be really exciting to see how this plays out with him, not only up at bat, but back out in the field again against the Archers.
Yep. And that's going to be the key to the game. Which team can just make that 1 or 2 extra plays in the field? Because both of these pitchers, yes, sir.
Just want to make sure we're just like we did in Philly. You guys aren't going to talk during the pitch, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. Goodbye. Here we go.
Rob Weissman making sure to give the broadcast his thoughts.
I'm still waiting for this pitch. So we don't have any volunteer judges out in the field for the ump or base help. So it looks like we're sending one out to first base now from the Archer side.
There's very few games now. Why aren't there more of you? Yeah. Did we call and get some?
I'm trying to see if we've already got a call out for more ump.
Coach Rob not too impressed.
Third place game, there's no umpire come out.
It's definitely a wait in the heat as we're waiting.
You're now on umpire.
A volunteer out on third base.
Jason Price's number. Right there.
What?
Jason Price's number.
Yeah, you want?
Defense good, Patty. Ready?
Defense checking themselves. They're all good.
You got it. Red base check.
Here we go.
Official base check. Joe pointing at his bases.
Go.
And getting ready.
Set.
It's a solid hard hit out into left field, past the first and the second line of defense. It's almost to the porta potties. He is easily safe.
Once you said it got past that second line of defense, it was a hard line smash. First pitch of the game. Joe McNamara wastes absolutely no time, and it's 1-0 Renegades. Just powered it past the Archers on that one, and he's too fast to where if a guy like him powers it past you, you're not going to be able to have the time to recover and get that.
It's just a beautiful hit. Was not on the ground, not in the air, just a perfect line smash.
He's coming.
We do have up next Sean Devonish. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I believe it is. Yep.
Devonish for the Renegades. Wearing a baseball cap, black, gray, and white cleats. And he also has white batting gloves as he stands relaxed, waiting for the ball to make its way from way back out past the porta potties all the way in. Yeah, finally he's making it up here.
And at least
Sean doing a little dance at home plate here.
early in this game, it would definitely appear that they are very into it. Not fatigued at all.
Base check. We're fine with first, but outfield is not ready. And now we're ready.
Guys, everyone's drinking. Everyone's drinking.
Thank you.
Here we go. Thank you.
Getting ready for the pitch.
Set.
And it was a little high, and it's going to go up. Foul right over to the Boston bench. Goes up probably about 25 feet in the air, curling backwards.
First strike, still nobody out. Just underway here, 1-0 Renegades.
Now Sean adjusting his back to get his feet distance set up over the shoulder and ready for a pitch.
Oh, don't be crowding around.
Set.
Oh, and he was just over the top of that pitch by about an inch. It was perfect on time, just a little high.
So 2 strikes, still can use that take. For those of you not as familiar with the game, you get 1 take, and you have 4 strikes.
Ready for the pitch.
Set.
And it's going to be a high pop-up out into right field over the first line, bouncing past the second, through their hands, and he is safe. It's going to be 2 runs for the Renegades right off the bat.
Great hang time by Devonich on that shot, and speed to burn to the base. Just good hang time on that one. Didn't give the fielders chance to react. It was past the first 2 lines of defense in any case. So 2-0, 2 batters in.
Next up, we've got David Sanchez, a good, strong power hitter for the Renegades.
This is a very good Renegades team, and you can just tell by their attitude that they're really glad to be back here at the World Series.
We got Rob ready to. He's got a nice little folding stool right behind home plate for him to set on as he's catching. Yeah, we have a pitcher change here. Up again is David Sanchez. Hard bounces off the ground, running right along the left baseline, clear out past the third. He's missed the base. He's coming back, tackles it from the back.
That's a tough break for the Gateway Archers. The guy misses the base. That's a play that you might be able to make. But again, Rosina, just a hard smash that just seemed to keep carrying and carrying out there. And the first 3 Boston Renegades are just on it. This pitcher is just... He's been a machine, these first 3 batters, and this is, I believe, Shane Canton.
Shane up and back.
Since Boston did not attend the World Series last year, he took his talents to Philadelphia. But he's back with his home boys. He made it quite clear, even to the Fire last year, I am a Boston guy through and through. I will be returning to them once they go back to the World Series, and here he is.
So we have Shane up here with his red and white batting gloves, pivoting at the hips, trying to stay ready and in motion to be prepared to run for the base. He's wearing black knee pads so he can slide easily.
Good.
Just checking to make sure the outfield is good.
Good. All right.
And we're ready to go. Rob's sitting back down on his stool.
3-0, 3 batters in, still nobody out in the top of the first.
Ready for the pitch.
Set.
Oh, and just over the top of that ball. Slowly just slipped right under the bat.
Very rare swing and miss early for the Renegades.
Set.
Only the second one we've seen.
That was a foul over on the Renegade side. That was a little tight in up against his body. Caught up just barely past his hands on his bat.
So that'll be 2 strikes.
Readjusting with his bat up in front of home plate, setting his feet, getting a good stance and ready to get a better connection on the ball.
Still has his take. Rob Weissman coaching him up. Also told his players a little while ago, make sure you're all drinking water. Obviously, very important today.
Ready for the pitch. And it dropped right before it hit his bat.
I'm usually wrong when I predict this, but I'm going to predict that he doesn't take his pass here on 3 strikes. Usually we see Shane swing on that. So he has his pass available to him, but I think he's swinging.
He's getting set up, and we're ready. We got a go-kart in the background. The defense did not like the sound, so they're holding until it's a little past. And ready again. And caught again on the inside of his bat, up above his hands. It's going to be a foul on the left base side,
It's a
about
foul
30
ball.
feet out.
Yep. See if he can duplicate that with pressure on 3 strikes.
Johnny running back down towards his outfielder out there on the baseline. Talk to his fielders.
Hey, this guy's so.
And Rob back down on his stool, ready to catch. Ah, that one dropped right underneath.
So that's the first out.
Be out. Again, we do still have, it's a 3-0 run lead for the Renegades.
And that's the first out only in the top half of the first inning. And, you know, Shane unable to come through there with 3 strikes, but I've seen a lot today. It's an interesting rule proposal that didn't go through this year that they're thinking about with the 3-strike rule. If I had anything to do with any kind of opinion voting or anything like that, I'd say 4 strikes is perfect for beat baseball, but that's just me.
Wait, Rob Diaz coming up to bat as he's setting his bat against home plate. Get his spacing correct as we check our bases.
Rob Diaz tortured the Philadelphia Fire in the 2 games for the Beast of the East this year. Tortured them. I'll get into more of that.
Ready for our pitch. Firm grip. And I'm noticing a lot of these pitches recently are really up close, choked on the bat. They're hitting up on the lower portion.
So 1 strike on Diaz.
Back up over the right shoulder. And swinging just a little ahead of the ball, just underneath.
You could definitely hear that swing. So 2 strikes. But he had a game where he went 4 for 5 against Philadelphia, and then had a game where he made all 3 putouts in the 6th inning against Philadelphia, which allowed Boston to come back from their small deficit to win. Just rob Diaz 3 of the Philadelphia hitters in that 6th inning. So back-to-back games, he just probably Philadelphia Fire. Seeing him in their nightmares.
Still sliding right underneath that by about 1.5 inches.
So 3 strikes on him, still 1 out. Boston, it's just a matter of put the ball in play. The 3 times they have, it's resulted in a run.
Definitely some power hitters there that put it out there, giving them time to get to that base easily, as long as they make a connection.
Yep.
The bat back up over the right shoulder. And it's going to be dropping right along. That's going to be a foul on the left base side. Even if it had stayed in, it would not have made it past the pitcher's circle.
Yeah, that was a
Lost
chopper.
a lot of its momentum when it hit the ground.
Yeah, that was a little chopper, chopped straight down.
But it does give him another opportunity now.
Yep. And he still has his pass available to him if he wants to use that to reset himself here. Let's see if he does.
Lining the bat back up along the front of home plate. Getting some instruction from Rob about where he's located. And pulling up his pant leg also. Definitely don't want to trip when you're about running.
No.
Bat up on the shoulder. And swinging early, just missing.
So
It's a super hard swing though.
So it's got to be a slightly frustrating aspect for the Renegades. I mean, they get 3 runs on 3 beautiful swings, and it's like 2 outs via the strikeout.
So we have a pitch hitter.
47, Drew Crook for
We've seen Rob Weissman do this pinch hitter in the 1st inning. Drew Crook for Ivan Rodriguez. Saw that in Philadelphia. Did the exact
Did
same
that in
thing.
the previous game also. So Drew wearing his blue to cream to red ombre cleats there, stretching his bat out between his feet, gripping with his red, white, and blue gloves, and waiting for the base check.
And if you're Gateway, thanks to this kind of strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts, you make one play in the field here, you get out of this inning only giving up 3 runs, considering how it started. I mean, that's kind of a win for them.
Man, it's a little on the inside and a little high. He's like right underneath it by about 2 inches.
And the first 3 batters, it was like first pitch, second pitch. It's sometimes the pitcher can lose a little bit of his confidence too, but it's always such a pitcher-hitter relationship. If the hitter's on and the pitcher's on, it works perfect. If one of them is even a fraction off, it's ugly.
A little practice, slow swing to tell the pitcher right where he wants it, and up and ready for it. And a high pop-up over in the left, and it's just dropping right in front of the first line of defense. They're crawling for the ball on their knees, and they do have him out.
Yeah.
Half a second before Drew made it to first base, that is out.
Boston is known for their team speed, and Drew Crook did not exude much of it on that particular base run, if I'm being quite honest, because that was a relatively fast base runner. It's 4-0 Renegades, so that was a play that he might like to have back, because it only bounced in front of the first line of defense, Rosina, but it sounded like it had decent enough hang time on it. Give him a chance there. So, good play.
It didn't roll a lot though when it came down, Matt. It just kind of ended, and I think that made it really easy to pinpoint and get to instead of having to hunt for it.
Yep. But a good play by the Gateway Archers. I mean, they needed to make that play, and to hold Boston to 3 runs after those 3 scorchers off the bats of Joey Mack, Sean Devenich, and David Sanchez to get things started. The Archers settled down, back-to-back strikeouts by the pitcher, and then settling down in the field on a good putout. So only 3 runs down, when honestly 3 batters in, it was looking like it could be a long night.
Championship, we usually have 3,500, somewhere in that range. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
Okay, we got Renegades are back out into the field to take on their defense as the Archers are coming up to bat. I believe we're going to be starting out with Rich Krusel up at bat. Just waiting as Johnny has got his helmet on, now starting his way out to the pitcher's mound.
Bottom 1, 3-0 Renegades.
Finally got a field up. That's a good sign.
A couple practice tosses there. Johnny
Johnny Walker very much. I thought he
almost
was
has a
throwing.
little hop there as he tosses his pitch. There kind of has like almost a little hoppy step, and then
Batter
the
back
ball
up in the
leaves
box
his
while he's
hand.
warming up.
But he's
Batter
well
back
known.
up
He
in the
was
box while he's warming
a
up.
prominent pitcher for the Colorado Storm.
I can't have him in there, Johnny. You know that.
Pretty sure. Who did Johnny Walker pitch for last year? That I don't recall. But
Colorado.
last season?
That is
Last World
It
Series?
was the Legends, wasn't it?
Yeah, Legends for the World
Yeah.
Series. That's what I was asking. Yeah, World Series. So it was Legends for the World Series last year, right?
Colorado Storm, I believe is his team now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think during the regionals he did pitch for the Storm.
I didn't even know the Storm still had a club. They don't. They,
Getting a base check here so we can get on with the first pitch here for the Archers this inning.
trying to cut into this lead. Bottom 1.
And it's it slammed on the ground, bounced up and caught Johnny in the knee before bouncing out into right field. It doesn't seem to have affected Johnny at all, not even a hobble.
So that'll be a no count, fresh count, because there was no strikes before. So just gonna. Man, he nailed it too. He was on him.
The only thing that saved his knees was it hit the ground first before it bounced up to catch him in the knees.
Still sounds a little painful though.
It certainly has got to hurt. Johnny did turn a little sideways though, so at least it didn't catch him front on in the knees. Got Rich backing up off the plate as we have a new ball in motion. Johnny wiping all the sweat off of his hands.
And this will be a new count. First batter. What did you? This is Richie.
This is Rich Crusoe. Russell.
Not easy, makes dinner, you're okay. Thanks one more time.
Check those
Doing his base
bases.
check.
Here we go.
And ready for the pitch. And it's clobbered it, but it's running right along the left baseline. And it's going to roll foul.
Foul ball.
As Rich has gotten about 3/4 of the way to the base. It ran right on the line. Finally rolled out.
So that will be a strike. So the first strike. He's definitely on it. The first 2 pitches they've hit. It's just been eventful. One of them was a dead ball, one of them was a foul ball, but it's still just 1 strike on the batter.
Reaching for his bat as he reaches home plate. Mari, they're catching in colorful rainbow clogs.
Gateway Archers being the first time I've heard them all year. They have the little Deo
Was a
song.
foul, not a strike.
They have the Deo song as their kind of pre-game song that they sing. Didn't catch all the lyrics. I don't think it was Daylight Come and Me Want to Go Home though. They had some entertaining words going on there. Also heard Bayou City had a very entertaining rap. Philadelphia Fire. So a lot of teams really starting to get into the spirit of bringing music into the game, of pumping themselves up through song, through team building that way. So pretty cool. 1 strike on Rich Crussell, nobody out.
Johnny tossing the ball a little bit as he preps to pitch. And a hard hit, but it's going to pop right back over towards the ump and over toward the Archers first base bench.
2 strikes. Haven't mastered the getting it fair part.
You guys want a Gatorade?
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Good.
2 strikes, nobody out.
Ready for the pitch. And hard, nailing it right down the center, bouncing past the first line, underneath the second line's arms as they crumble down. He is safe. It's going to put the Archers on the board.
Good run, great hit. There's definitely a pretty long at bat for all of that to happen, and he just got it under those 2 lines of defense. And you just wonder how long with the dead ball and the foul ball. The fielder's just kind of scrambling around, waiting for something to happen. Finally, he gets a hold of one and
We got time, guys, on the field.
got past a couple of them.
Player.
I think it hit actually somebody's knees. It kind of went under his body and then rolled up under the second line of his arms as he was laying across the field and just slid underneath him. But I think it might have bounced up off his body. Looks like he is down
Hey,
by
batter.
his shin to his
Go get
knee.
yourself some shade. He's on his knee right now.
Oh,
And he's
Back
back up. Looks like he's walking it off. And a lot of clapping over there from the Archer side.
Rub a little dirt on it. Here we go.
so nobody out, and Rich Crussell scores the first run for the Gateway Archers. It's now a 3-1 game.
And we have Kyle Bora, a power hitter here for the Archers, up at bat. He's got his back pocket kind of turned inside out like a puppy dog here or there. I'm not sure if that's a good luck charm or if that's just something that's just happened. You just never know, Matt. I've
You're gonna
seen
see.
some really strange things in sports.
Sometimes I'm glad I wasn't blessed with the sense of eyesight. Just honestly.
That's good.
But Kyle Bora, definitely a power hitter, and Gateway absolutely back in this one after that
Here we go.
pretty rough start, 3 batters in.
Crouch down for the pitch. And just barely missing that. It was so close on the end. I'm surprised that it was not a tip.
Johnny Walker, widely acknowledged one of the better pitchers in this game.
Hard pop up over in center field. Oh, and then bouncing to the left just a little. Are they crumbling? Oh, and it kicked off their feet. He is safe. It caught on his feet as he was grabbing it. and pushed away from him because his foot kicked it away.
So before the game, I talked about the efficiency that the Renegades tend to exude in the field sometimes, but these first two plays, obviously, albeit very hard hit balls, they've been fumbling and stumbling around with it a little bit. Not going to get it done against a team like the Gateway Archers. 2 runs, 2 good hits. Kyle Bora 3-2. Renegades lead down to 1, still with nobody out.
And then next up, we have Demo for the Archers. A massively powerful hitter right here. Let's see if we're going to see any home runs today, Matt, out of this.
We didn't see 1 home run all of the World Series last year until the walk-off.
And what a time to have.
The last inning of the last game. I couldn't believe it. But Demetrius Morrow was on that Jets team who was on the losing side of that walk-off home run. Didn't get a chance to see him hit for the Jets this year. Obviously a very different role for the Gateway Archers. The Jets are loaded top to bottom, so not a starting, not able to be in their starting lineup.
Hard swing just underneath that ball.
But Gateway, he is in, and he's the number 3 spot in their order, and he's ready to go.
Oh, and just again underneath that. It was perfect set as far as length on his bat, just right underneath.
So 2 strikes.
A hard line drive over in the left field, almost on the line. And they're sliding in front of it. Stop, and he is out. They have him out. What a hustle.
And that'll be Rob Dias out there. As I told you, he broke the Philadelphia Fire's hearts time and time again with that. You can't really get it past him with a ground ball or line drive on his side. He's a vacuum cleaner over there, and he gets that one up.
Threw himself in front of the ball, almost slid to get in front of it.
So that's a big out for the Renegades to preserve that 1-run lead.
We have Ethan Johnson up for the Archers.
The Archers really are loaded.
Johnny coming up to talk to him a little bit.
The Archers really are loaded this year. Ethan Johnson from the Cleveland Scrappers, I do believe. I want to say he played for the Indy Edge at the World Series last year. So anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, but Ethan Johnson. I believe he was on the Edge, and very good hitter.
Tapping of the home plate.
Only 1 out.
Finding the edge with the tip of his bat. Leaning down for a base check. Shrugging of the shoulders and bat back up high, straight up behind his head. Scooping swing, popping the ball right behind the catcher.
One strike, 1 out.
Ethan ready for that pitch already. He's got his bat up. And another
2 strikes.
scooping underneath by about 2 inches.
A lot of underneath the bat from what you've described early in this first
I
inning.
saw that all morning.
First day of the World
Almost a
Series.
repeat.
Maybe just trying to get that timing down perfect. It's only day 1. Some teams may have gotten a chance to practice more than others, and
Oh, hard hit over and right. That is going to be foul. It went all the way to almost to first base before sliding out. Ethan walking back, kind of exhaling a little bit as he makes his way back to home plate with his hand out, reaching for the bat.
still has his take, and there's a 3-strike count on him. So it's a tough break when you hit it that hard on 3 strikes. You got to go back and do it again.
At least there is a little bit of a breeze out here in Beaumont, Texas right now. That's a lot better than it was earlier this morning.
Oh my goodness, a lot better. A little too late for my neck. Didn't apply sunblock quite in time, but that's okay because I learned my lesson for the rest of the week.
Oh, and another narrow miss as he slides right under the ball.
So that's out number 2.
You can hear a lot of cheering over there for the Renegades, telling them they only need to get 1 more. Next up, we have Chad Dillon, a left-handed hitter for the Archers. As he lines up his bat with the front along edge front home plate. Solid black outfit, except for he has a little bit of white on his shoes.
Well, Lord is out
Waiting to
there
see if
right
the
now.
outfield is good, maybe. Some adjustment with the spotter.
Hey, sis. Let's go.
Chad rotating that bat around, swinging it a couple times before bringing it up over his left shoulder. And it's a little on the outside and just under his bat. But I see that being a hit pretty soon.
Definitely could hear the swing.
And almost a repeat. It was just a little in.
Trying to go inside a little bit to these batters, trying to get them to.
Chad looking back over at his bench as he swings up the bat over his left shoulder.
Not everyone loves that when. Yeah, well, it worked
Hard
in this
bouncing
situation.
hit over into center right field. Oh, rolled off their feet though, and they're crawling, but he's gonna be safe. That is safe.
That's a fast run to the base by Chad Dillon. He didn't waste time getting down that line. And again, just a lack of a clean transitional pickup by the Renegades off the feet. And in the 3 runs that the Archers have scored, you said under the body and off the knee, off the feet and off the feet, respectively. I mean, that's 3 times. And, you know, you're not always going to make every play perfect, but now it's a 3-3 game. So
Definitely going to have to be paying attention out there. The Renegades, as Sean Bora comes up to bat, another left-handed batter. Stands off quite a bit off a home plate. Johnny talking to him a little bit there.
So the early lead is gone. All the good feelings about the 3 batters and 3 straight batters to begin the game. Gateway stuck with it, got through that inning. Couple strikeouts didn't hurt, and now starting all over.
Hey, sis.
Got a practice hit from Sean here, and he's ready to go. Oh, pop up off the end of his bat, goes back over foul to the right baseline.
Well, I just found out my work schedule changed.
Relining the bat up at home plate, taking a deep breath and coughing into his elbow as he's ready to take another swing.
3 p.m. to 1 a.m. Now I'm doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Clobbering it, but this time it's going to run along the left sideline, going over toward the Boston Renegades bench. All he's got to do is get it somewhere in between there.
Yes, ma'am, and he has 2 strikes to do it, so he has a little wiggle room. He still has the take to play with.
You just don't want to wiggle too much.
No.
And this time
there you
he
go.
was over the top of that ball.
And now you just got 1.
And he's clobbered it straight down at Johnny. Passed out in the center. It's on the ground. And, oh, it's managed to get past Rob. But does he? Oh, he's got him out like a split second before he hit it. That was an awesome hustle for
Rob Diaz again. Second put out of the inning for Rob Diaz. So,
I didn't hear the double call.
way to stick with it.
I understand, but I didn't hear. Did you guys hear a double call back here?
I didn't hear any
Johnny,
double
we
call.
didn't hear it back here. Sorry, guys.
Thought there might be a double call on the for the Renegades defense, but
I didn't hear it.
Pardon
I heard
me,
one
yeah.
guy and I heard a player, I thought.
yeah, I didn't hear any.
Young man, you head to the left.
Boston making their way back to the bench.
Look, you're up in the last couple of innings.
But either way, and even that play, Rob Diaz makes the play. But you know, if it was a cleaner run to the base,
Hey,
it
Jason.
might have been a scarier situation. So not the cleanest defensive first inning like we're used to seeing from the Boston Renegades as the Gateway Archers come back to tie it on runs by Rich Crussell, Kyle Bora, and Chad Dillon. So they've come back. They've tied it 3-3. Only 1 strikeout for Johnny Walker in that inning. But this is exactly
Johnny just said that there was a double call.
this is exactly the game of the day type stuff. 3 runs each for each team in the first
Early
inning.
in the game.
Yep, already some tension over a potential double call. So this is exactly what we were looking to see, and you'll see the top of each order again start in the second inning. So, but it's funny. We're talking. We always bring up the weather, and I think in coming to this tournament in Beaumont, Texas, everyone, it's Texas. So we see Texas, we see heat, and we see temperatures. But My goodness, does everyone forget how hot it was in Wichita last year?
It was hot. I
Like-
don't think it was this hot, though.
I don't know. It was really hot.
I think it was pretty hot.
It was really hot.
Maybe it is the humidity. I don't know. This is just brutal. We have Joe back up to start the lineup here for the Renegades.
Top of the second, 3-3. Joey Mack 1 for 1, scored the first run of the game in the top of the first.
Not ready out in the outfield yet. Johnny says no, he is
A very
not ready.
passionate no from Johnny and his teammates.
Kind of has a hoppy strutting walk as he comes back up toward the front.
Think there's no one by.
Got
Joe-
himself a Gatorade in his hand, trying to stay hydrated. And everybody out there, please, absolutely, if you're out on the field, please be drinking, stay hydrated, and thank those volunteers from the city of Beaumont for all the hard work that they're doing to help us put this tournament on.
Driving back and forth to golf carts to take us blind folks from place to place, field to field, just everything that they do.
Joe taking, exhaling a deep breath. And a slamming hit out into center left, bounces right out of the first line of defense's hands, and he is going to be safe. Taking that lead back for the Renegades. Just bounced right over, I believe that was Chad Dillon's hands.
Turn that base off, right?
Could have been an out if he fields that cleanly, but it's not as easy. It
It's
sounded like
still
it took a
on.
very wicked bounce.
It was
Dave,
a pretty hard
it's
bounce
still
right
on.
out past him.
Yeah, Joe-
He was laying down.
Sometimes you got to give a good hitter credit for making a good hit, and Joe McNamara, the second straight time on a first pitch,
There we go.
has turned that into a run. He's just been on it.
We have Sean up to bat again. Sean Devonish.
He's 1 for 1.
Renegades.
He also scored in that first inning. So
Still
he-
looks fairly happy and rested and jovial as he's up at the plate pointing at the bases. And even politely saying thank you.
it's always nice. 4-3. Back in front are the Renegades.
A hard slamming hit almost knocked the pitcher out before it dropped to the ground. Right into Ethan's hands though, and Ethan Johnson has that put out. It was hopped right past the first line of defense. Ethan just laid down in front of it and scooped it right up.
Ethan Johnson, great play, known for being a very, very sound defensive player for Cleveland. Did very well for the Legends last year. Also, the Edge, I apologize. Johnny Walker pitched for the Legends last year, I was going to say, but he did not pitch to Ethan. But man, what a defensive play, and what a necessary defensive play. And now the David Sanchez is also 1 for 1. So if the Renegades, if the Archers can get past him, the 4, 5, and 6 batters, 2 of them struck out, and one of them was a relatively easy play. So
David winding up his bat. Oh, nice soft toss in there. Just happened to be just over his back. It's one of the gentlest tosses I've seen yet.
again, for those maybe just tuning in, top of the second, 1 out, Renegades 4, Archers 3, David Sanchez hitting.
Oh, it seemed like that one was a little close on the inside.
2 strikes.
David back up on the shoulder. And catching it on the inside, but it's popping over low on the ground in left field. Oh, it just fumbled through his hands as he struggled. And he is now still fumbling for it.
That's one of those plays that
Rich just scrambling to grab the ball, couldn't quite get it in his fingers and up, and so that will be a run.
Man, that's one of those that hurts because that you get the guy to hit a relatively softer ball. I'm not saying it was a tiny ground ball, but it wasn't the hardest ball we've seen all day, and it's coming pretty much right to you. It's not coming at like 100 miles per hour. It's a ball you have a second or two before Sanchez reaches the base. That is a play in a game like this that just simply has to be made.
There's Shane. Up.
Thanks, Sid.
Base check. Bending those knees. And a hard pop-up over into center field, just past Ethan, still bouncing around out there as Demo scrambles to get it, and he is going to be safe again, taking that lead. 3 runs.
So Shane Canton, we saw last at bat, he struck out, really had a hard time even making any contact. This time does not wait around at all, nails that first pitch past a couple lines. It sounded like Demetrius was sort of struggling with it out there. Did it get past him, or did he...
And it was bouncing a lot. Went past the first 2 and it bounced one way, ran to the right, then he had to run back to the left.
So just a tricky hit, and it's now, as you said, Rosina, 6-3 with still only 1 out.
Anyway, Rob Diaz up at bat, his baseball cap on backwards.
And this is where the Renegades want to pour it on. Last inning they had 3 runs in and no outs, and then they kind of petered out. With 3 runs in, only 1 out. You want to keep that iron, just keep striking while this iron's hot.
Exhaling with a deep breath. Listening for those bases. Just waiting, gripping his bat. Another deep exhale and up over the shoulder. And again, close up on the inside of his bat.
Rob also struck out his first plate appearance, but very good hitter, very fast, very good out in the field.
And apparently also very handsome, he says, from the home plate. And just underneath the bat. If only all that handsomeness came out.
I was going to say,
Matt.
he's also very swing and miss prone right now. So 2 strikes, but no takes. And Rosina, we really don't see too many pass balls with pitchers like Johnny Walker, like the Renegades hurler. Like, you don't really see that too much. And I'm not too surprised we haven't seen guys take too much advantage of that.
And not really getting down to business to play the game. Oh, and a kind of a late swing, just missing that ball by about a quarter of an inch.
Still 3 strikes. Still no take.
He's got his bat laid up against the front of home plate, lining his toes up with the handle grip as he picks that up. Rests the tip on the ground. And re-gripping of the bat, getting a good handhold before he brings that up over his right shoulder. And just underneath that, it was perfect spacing, just not quite making a connection.
All right, so that's 2 outs, and that's 2 strikeouts for Rob Diaz. Tough day at the plate for him, but he's picked up the slack defensively because he had 2 putouts in the last inning to thwart the Archer rally. So tough day at the plate, but he's picked it up in other ways. But here's Drew Crook, I believe.
Actually, Chris Kimball. Drew was a pinch hitter last time, so we have Chris Kimball is up to bat for his first time at bat in this game.
So this is the 3rd new 6-hole hitter. It was going to be Ivan Rodriguez. It never was. And then it was Drew Crook. And now it's Chris Kimball.
Exhaling as he crouches down slightly at the knees. Hands back behind him. And clobbering it down on the ground along the left baseline as they scramble. Oh, he knocked the ball out of his hands. That has got to hurt.
I didn't know this.
That has just got to be painful. He slid into it to grab with his hands. It bounced off his knees, away from him, and hit third base. And he just could not recover and get that in time.
That's the 2nd run in this inning that you could say, man, oh man, oh man, the Archers probably should have had an out. And instead, that's why the Renegades still bat with 2 outs, and now a 7-3 game. And worse than that for the Archers, Joe McNamara, all he's done so far is go 2 for 2. First 2 pitches he's seen, clobbered for runs.
These are apparently compared
So things are not getting easier for the Archers out in the field. And
for like $12. And actually, I bought 2.
again, like I said right before the game, it's about who makes a few more of those little plays out there. And that's
Checking to see if the field is good. Joe pointing at his bases to line himself up correctly.
And as a fielder, you can never think about the base runner. You just have to focus on yourself. Because if you think about the base runner, you're probably in a bad situation.
That ball was a little high and tight in on Joe, a little up close by his hands.
Sanchez, no 3-strike approach. There you go, that one. I like it. There you go.
Rob giving a little more information to his players. tossing the bat, bounces right over Rich and past Ethan. Deem out there scrambling to get the ball, and that's going to be another run for Joe. He has scored on every hit he's been up.
3 for 3 for him. That makes it an 8-3 game. And you know, with a guy like Joe McNamara, I sound redundant, but you hit it past that, he's too fast. He's too fast. You don't make that play initially on him, he's going to get to that base. So, burning down the line. Sean Devenich is batting his second time in this inning, third time in this game. He's 1 for 2, is actually one of the 2 outs that the Gateway Archers have recorded. One of them was via strikeout, but the Gateway Archers actually made a very good defensive play on Devenich earlier this inning.
Sean's kind of heckling there at the plate, and he seems pretty relaxed, just waiting with the bats resting on his shoulder with his hand on his hip, pointing at his bases. And another very polite thank you, sir. I'd love to hear that. Oh, it's going to be a pop-up, catching him in the feet as it rolls back foul behind him. Sean just kind of, whatever, at least I only took 2 steps.
Still 2 outs, still just 1 out away from getting through it for Gateway. 5 runs in this second inning for Boston.
And readjusting, setting the bat between his feet to get his stance set. Slowly holding that bat where he wants it and then back up on the shoulders. High pop-up out in the right field. That's way past. It's just almost to the third. Bounced over them as they scramble for it. And he's plowed first base. They didn't even try to go get it when it was past them out there.
Rosina, this was a 6-3 game, and the number 6 hitter, Chris Kimball, hit a little chopping, not the hardest ground ball. Once that gets past your line of defense, and that becomes a 7-3 game, and then you're looking at the top of the order, this is when things can really snowball. And sure enough, Joey Mack scores again, and Devenich scores again, and now David Sanchez, he's only 2 for 2. He's up to bat again. This is when things can get away from you if you're another team. Just that out on the 6th place hitter to end the inning, only 6-3, has to be made, and now it's 9-3.
Again, we have David Sanchez back up. He looks well rested and ready to go. Pulling up his pants as he brings the bat. Just slightly resting it, shrugging the shoulders, and ready to go. Oh, that was almost perfect. Just barely off of that, sliding below the ball.
Scored in the first and scored earlier this inning.
Almost a repeat of the same.
Rob Weissman was heckling him in the field a couple batters ago, saying no 3-strike approach. So he's at 2 strikes now. Let's see if he has to take the 3-strike approach. Nope.
Hard pop-up into center field, just past Ethan Johnson as it's tumbling out there in the field. Josh is scrambling to get it. He is easily safe.
He must have touched that bag on his way by.
He just coasted right past that.
He just touched that base on his way by. I didn't even hear it. So
10-3.
And a timeout. Yeah, this is a much-needed regroup moment for the Gateway Archers.
We got timeout, man, if you want to relax.
So,
yes, sir.
So far, the big story is the fact that Gateway's had a couple of plays they could have made, but David Sanchez and Joey Mack, I believe, is it McNamara? Is that the last name? I don't want to say it. That's why I keep saying Mack. Is it McNamara?
Joey McCormick.
McCormick. Okay, there we go.
Joey Mack.
So it's McCormick. So McCormick is 3 for 3. Sanchez is 3 for 3. Those are the 2 guys that have really buoyed this offense early. Sean Devenich has a couple of runs scored. Chris Kimball, they had a guy. He was a pinch hitter. He came in and scored a run. So they've just had all kinds of offense.
Got a lot of high spirits over here on the Renegades bench. As the breeze is kicked up again and more cloud cover. They're feeling nice and easy with their lead right now. They can't take it too easy though, Matt. They still have more in this game to go unless they hit that 12-run game. They still have a little bit before they reach that point.
Still have a lot before they reach that point, and you still have a really potent offense in Gateway and a very potent, great pitcher, just elite level pitcher. So you need to score all the runs you can if you're Boston. I guess just where Gateway is just very upset with themselves is, again, they could have been out of this inning 6-3, 7-3, and now you're looking at 10-3, and it snowballs on you a little bit. So they have to regroup and just say, let's just get this out. Let's just focus on getting this out and go from there. 7 runs is nothing in beat baseball. We haven't seen it, but I've heard of games where a team is 12 running another team, and then the other team comes in and then 12 runs that team right back, in the same game.
It happens quite frequently.
So
Archers making their way back out to their positions on the field. And we do have number 7 pitcher for the Renegades headed back out. It's Peter Connolly back out to the pitcher's mound as we have Shane coming back up. He was so polite earlier when he asked if it was okay for him to wait during the timeout back off the bench. He said, "Thank you, yes, sir."
Shane,
Seems to be an extremely polite team over here at the Boston Renegades.
they're a refreshing team in the sense they're very polite, they're very passionate, they support each other like you were saying, and they're very polite to everyone else. They're not one of those teams that's like in your face, we beat you, we're gonna stand over you while we celebrate our win over you. They're everything this game needs.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
This makes this a total delight to watch this game.
Yep. So for those of you just tuning in, we're in the top half of the second inning. We have 2 outs. Boston's still batting. They have 7 runs in. They lead 10-3. And
Shane Cantone up to bat. Johnny checking to make sure that defense is set, ready to shake off everything and start playing some defense.
one for 2 for Shane. Scored earlier this inning.
Adjusting his stance a little bit right here. It's a hard pop up, short and left field. Just up there. This has been a repeat issue. That is going to be a score. This is the 4th time that he has popped that ball out of his hands where he's almost had it, and it has just snapped right out of his hands, and it happened again.
And this is out of a timeout too, Rosina. I mean, that hurts. It's another play.
Gotta be. I mean, this is like 4 of them now. It just popped right out of his hands, or his knees. It's just got to be exasperating and frustrating to do.
And especially because the game looks worse than it is. It's 11-3, and both teams are playing real hard. Both teams are making plays by a matter of inches. But, Shane, 2 for 3. Yep, 2 for 3. Sorry, I thought he was talking to me. 2 outs, 8 runs in the inning, and it's just been the heartbreak inning for Gateway. And Rosina, when you see these games of the day where it's just a matter of inches separate both teams, it sometimes comes down to who can make it. Yep.
It happens again. We have Rob Diaz at the bat.
Rob.
Hard, powerful line drive over into left field, past second base, past Demo. They're just running to the base. They didn't even run back out to the field to get it. So it's going to be another run for the Renegades.
So there's no reaction. What happened? There seems to be a dead reaction here.
Might be waiting to see what the ultimate call on that is going to be.
I'm just surprised there was no reaction from the Boston side.
Still waiting for get the ball. It's rolled past the field down into the ditch. Volunteers got the ball and is tossing it back up to the field.
I was going to say, if they do count this a run, what I was going to say right before the pitch was Rob Diaz, as much as the Renegades have been clicking this inning, he's the one offensive guy looking for some redemption. He was 0 for 2. He had a couple strikeouts. He was doing it in the field, but that's a heartbreaker. That's when you know that you're just having a rough day at the plate. That's when you know that there's no count. The good news for him is there was no strikes, so the count doesn't reset to anything. It's just nothing.
So we got another ball back into play for.
And usually this story ends with the guy making it out after that. So we'll see if the story ends the same way here.
Ron just casually taking his time to set up at the plate. He ran extremely hard to that base.
That's just a shame. I don't know how they call that. That's a run. I mean, I don't know.
Dead ball.
I don't care who couldn't hear it. That would have been a run. Just sometimes we need to use a little discretion.
We had a base check there. Taking a deep breath. Gripping the bottom of the bat. Oh!
Swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
Right over the top of his bat. Trying to stay calm and ready to bat. And clobbering as it bounced down on the ground over to right field. Just, right into their hands zone.
Yeah.
That was an easy scoop up there for Kyle Bora. Didn't even bounce off of him, just right into his arm and his body. And just had to scoop it and hold it in the air.
So as happy as the Renegades are, that's got to be frustrating for Rob. He's now 0 for 3, and that's one of those situations where you hit it like 3 miles. It just goes down as being a dead ball, and then of course you step in there and you hit a little weak ground ball right to a fielder, and it's an out. It's a tough day at the plate for him. However,
an hour 15-3.
And we have a score update. The Thunder over the Chaos 15-3. A little bit of a surprise there. I thought the Chaos might keep that game a little bit closer against the revamped Thunder. Not so. The Thunder proving Jared Woodard back, and obviously they're still going to be.
Is that the final score?
Oh,
Or just an updated score?
I believe that's just an updated score. I don't think that's a final. But
Bottom of second, right, Roddy?
this is going to be the bottom of the second here. 8 runs for the Boston Renegades in that top of the second, and I think the theme of it was good hits, but defensively maybe a couple plays that could have just been there. We saw Ethan Johnson make a good play, but we saw a few plays that certainly were just flubbed.
He's going to be beaming to make that up. This is coming up to bat.
Maybe a home run.
4 times
Well, the
out
thing
of
about
his
it is
hands.
this
That
grass is
has
so
got to be
short,
so
you kick it and
painfully
that ball goes a
frustrating.
long ways.
Now, I may misremember this, but I believe we saw Rich Crussell at the long ball last night. I believe he was in there, yeah.
And again, Rich coming up to home plate. He's getting set up by Mari there.
And again, we are in the bottom of the second inning. Thank you for all those who are listening on behalf of the MBBA. Matt Wallace, Rosina Foster bringing you the game. And thank you to everyone from Beaumont, Texas for just all the volunteers, just everything that you've done for us.
Hospitality has been above and beyond. We really appreciate all the work that you've put into this tournament and to welcome us to your city.
Absolutely. The Chris Quinn Soccer Complex. Second straight year we're at a soccer complex.
And Rich ready up at bat for the Archers.
The grass here is short, so these fields are playing fast.
That's a good point. The gentleman next to me may have brought up a good point. These fields are playing very, very fast today. A lot of bouncer.
Again, tipping right off of his bat and dropping.
Those balls are taken off, and that's maybe what played into the Archers having a little bit of trouble with some of those balls last inning. Dropping them, just not able to corral them.
It's popping right into, just scrambled right past Johnny. And Rich just running straight out toward the pitcher, toward the ball instead of toward the base, and that is going to be an out.
So correction, Thunder beat Chaos 15-5.
15-5, that's a final. Okay, that's a final. 15-5 Thunder over Chaos. So that's the first out, and that is not what a batter like Rich Crussell wants to do. Not on the hit, not on the base run, not on any of it. Just a choppy ground ball. Didn't run straight to the base from the beginning.
I have to wonder if those outs out in the defense is mentally taking a toll.
You really do, and they really need to make something happen this inning. Kyle Bora's up now, right? He's 1 for 1. He scored in the first
with his pocket hanging out, ready up at home plate as Mari puts her foot back in her clog.
The traditions that athletes believe in. And if I was one, I'd probably be the same way.
Yeah, just dropping right off his bat again. And again, I don't know if that is a tradition or a superstition there, but it's something that, yeah.
That's actually what I meant to say, Rosina. It's been a very long day. I meant to say superstition. Good call on that one.
And Kyle needed to adjust here, talking to Johnny as he comes up to the plate to discuss his stance, maybe where the placement of the ball needs to be.
2 strikes. You know, got to dig back in there, make something happen. 1 out, bottom second.
Bouncing hit as it bounced down at Johnny right out into center. And, oh, they're scrambling to get it, and he is going to be safe. That's going to give Archers a little bit of momentum, possibly, as they get a run on the board after so long being out in defense. It was just a little bit that Sean just barely missed that defensive play out there in the field. Just couldn't quite get it in his hands.
Yeah, it's one of those plays you breathe a sigh of relief if you're Gateway. It's, again, not the best hit by Kyle. A little choppy ground ball, but a play that when I initially heard it hit, I'm like, oh, that's going to be another easy out for the Renegades. But no, he was able to outrun it. Sean not able to make the play in time, and that's, again, sigh of relief, 11-4.
And Demo back up and bat. At this point, you'll take any run that you can get if you're the Archers.
Absolutely. But Demo has a chance to
Bases!
put a charge into it, and as we know, for those of you who aren't as familiar, if a home run is hit, it has to A, bounce on the ground past the 170-foot line. So it has to initially
hard rolling right down center to left, just past Sean. Is going to the second lane, scooped up, and he is going to be out. I believe that is Joe McCormick, but I will take a look here. 53. Nope, that was Sean Devenish with that.
And great communication, too. He said it got past the first line of defense. He was right there to pick it up before they could get back to the base. So Sean Devenish not letting the last play get into his head. That's 2 outs.
Ethan Johnson, who just came up to the plate and asked Mari to come over, and he had to rub her head a little bit. I'm not sure if that was a good luck superstition there.
Okay, then. That's a different one.
He's listening for the bases.
But to finish my thought on the home run, so it has to hit the ground initially, past that 170-foot, and it's a 2-run play for your team.
High pop up, watching his head. It's going to drop right back down. Foul.
In this field, we never know where it's going to bounce.
And you just got to watch your head, definitely. You don't want to get hit with it. I saw Richie Flores during practice earlier today. The ball coming down and hit him right in the top of the head.
Ooh.
It's not great in any day, but specifically not a hot day. Just sliding underneath that ball by about 2 inches.
Richie probably laughed it off. He's good.
He did, but no, that's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. Better him than
I
me.
would be laughing.
I wouldn't have been laughing. I'd have been crying.
Johnny looking down as he digs his feet into waiting for a cart to pass further quiet. We got one on each side of the field.
11.
Johnny just dropping the ball as he waits, since we got several of them going by.
11-4, and the Archers are down to their last out in this inning.
All right.
And got the okay out in the field, ready to go.
Give me base again.
Ethan wanting another base check.
Here we go.
Oh, and sliding underneath that again.
I believe that's the 3rd strike. I actually could have that wrong, but I believe that's strike 3.
Hard
Either way.
out into right, past the first and landing just at the second. Oh, their hands over their head. They just missed it, and that is going to give them another run. They just couldn't quite scramble to get it. I'm not sure if it hit his head or if his hands blocked it from his head. He's still kneeling down on the field. But it was stumbling around between his head and his hands. I don't know how hard it hit.
And a defensive injury here.
So I think it really did hit his head, not just a stumble through the hands.
Roll for me.
He was laying down with his hands outstretched, and the ball kind of rolled up over his hands, and I think he was trying to grab it. He might have pulled it into his head, but it still had its momentum from rolling, and then rolled right out behind him.
That's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker. Breaking run, a heartbreaking injury. That's a play. You're like, the ball's right here. I got it. I'm just trying to get it. And
Well, he is up, taking back position.
that's another example of a field just playing fast. You have these guys that can hit these balls sharply. So 11-5, still 2 outs, and a big run, the first run of the game for Ethan Johnson.
That's what we're talking about. So I guess he's ready then.
And, Gateway Archers need a few more of these 2-out runs.
Yeah, good.
I believe this is Chad Dillon up.
Can I get some bases?
Saw Chad,
5, left-handed hitter.
saw him score in that first inning. So he's 1 from 1 very fast. Got some good wheels on him. See if he can put the ball in play. Keep cutting into this lead.
And he's definitely ready for the pitch. Oh, and it was a little on the outside, but a good hard even swing. And stepping back off. Back up at the plate.
1 strike.
A high, hard pop-up short into right field. And that is going to be foul. It didn't quite make it outside the pitcher's circle.
If that's fair, Rosina, that could be a run. It had good hang time. He has good speed.
It
So
did. He probably would have been there, but again, it was about 2 to 3 feet short.
2 strikes.
Thunder final was
As
15-5.
umpire said, it landed just outside it, but rolled right back in. You get a
Heartbreaker.
little bit of that spin on the ball.
Yeah, they
that
were
is
done less
something
than
that
an hour.
happens quite commonly, rolling right back.
They must have 12-run ruled early.
The Indy Thunder team are packing up to go.
Yeah.
In the end, they just got finished with their game. Like 27-6.
Oh my God.
Chad coming back up to the plate. Mari bringing him up.
Dang, dang, dang.
And we just heard whoever the Indy Edge were playing earlier, the final score was 27-6 Edge. So
Potentially.
whoever they beat, they beat.
Soundly.
Down.
Especially with Casey, I'm like, brother.
Chad lining up his bat with the front of home plate.
Does anyone know who they were playing in that game?
Adjusting
We
his
don't know
gloves.
Yeah, but I'm
When I get a final, I'll let you know.
Yep. Thank you very much.
And defense ready after that card is passed.
Bases. You got 2 strikes.
And Chad ready to get this one fair. Oh, and swinging just a little early. Just missing that.
The Archers cannot afford strikeouts here. This is the 3rd strike.
He's standing back quite a bit further away. Has a longer stretching swing. Oh, and you can hear the wind whistle between the bat and the ball, but that is going to be an out. So the Renegades are going to bring it in,
5 minutes.
but they're going to have a 5-minute break first. Everybody needs to
timer for
stay
5 minutes.
hydrated.
I got some in the bag. Tylenol.
5-minute break for the team.
Kind of
11-5 Renegades.
Kind of necessary, obviously. A day like today is humid and just
Please.
hot as it is. These guys have been out here since
A lot of them said 7 o'clock,
7
this
o'clock.
morning.
I've definitely been up since early, so going down with my team. The broadcast for the Philadelphia Fire went down with them at 7 o'clock. So it's been pretty much out here now for all of us for over 8 hours, well over 8 hours now.
And
So
in this heat, definitely need to get those electrolytes into you, and that water, just some cooling cloths, cool off your body, maybe reapplying sunscreen. And
Thank you for
checking
coming
to
out.
Make sure your team is okay. Everybody's good to go. And make sure you're fit to play. And thank you to all the volunteers who are running water, taking care of all the players. Shout out to the city of Beaumont for their hospitality and this wonderful soccer complex.
I wonder what the final legit
and just
Chicago San Antonio
the
game
wonderful
was.
complex, the wonderful people. They talk about Southern hospitality, and I've experienced it for sure. Not to go into to details, but I've definitely experienced it. It's just nothing but friendliness since I've been here, for sure. Friendliness and good food. That's the way to make someone like me stay around somewhere. So
Can't beat the food.
no, you can't. You cannot beat the food. I was only, since I went to the concession stand so early today, I was only sad that they didn't have the French fries ready yet, because I'm sure they're just as good as everything else. But seriously, it's been a great experience in Beaumont so far, for myself, for my team, for I'm sure your team, and just for all of us here. And you know, as always, I'm thankful to the MBBA for giving us this opportunity to call their games, that they have us on their calls, that they want us to broadcast and bring the game to life. So that's a big deal for me. I'm really happy about that. And
It's just wonderful to see these games, you know, having a chance to be out and compete. A lot of people are always shocked when they hear blind people or playing baseball, or how do you do that, or that's so amazing. And you know, folks, it's not super amazing. They're just athletes that want to go out there and they want to play a game that they love. And this is a way that they can play it, and they can get out there, you know, and play the game that they love. We all love sports, and this gives us the opportunity to be out there. Something wonderful about deep ball, I really love, Matt. It's the way it kind of brings families together. You'll see siblings or spouses or children out there, you know, they're spotting, they're running, they're catching, they're pitching. This really is a family event. It really brings everybody together, and the camaraderie that you find with that, it's just remarkable. And I just absolutely, to me, that is the amazing part.
And you just see it so often in the World Series, even with the father-son combinations, pitcher to case. Just last night, Nestor and Damian Gonzalez, you saw together. You saw the Hogwoods, Dakota, Camry, Scott. There's countless. The Simpsons. Just so many good beat baseball families that just play with each other and for each other and groom each other year after year and build teams around each other. It's absolutely incredible. And you know, again, we're thankful. Just for me, you know, I had my short reign of playing beat baseball, and then I realized quickly that I was never going to be the Eric Rodriguez of beat baseball. So I didn't get a chance to go to the World Series for a few. So this outlet that I have in broadcast allows me to be able to go and see my buddies in the blind community play all the time and really watch them and see how they do. And you know, I have a lot of personal friends who play for a lot of these teams, and so that's really cool for me as well, as a totally blind individual, and for all of us. You know, I don't have to just wait until everyone gets home from the World Series anymore to hear about, oh man, this game didn't go the way the umpires really. I can watch it for myself and make my own judgments and my own my own determination. So everything about this is just amazing, and it's a nice week to get out and play sports. But Rosina, I think what surprises people who can see the most is they hear, like you said, about this blind sport, and everyone's going out and they're playing baseball and it's great. And so no, you don't realize how serious it is. It's like Major League Baseball, but we're blind, and they're just as serious about competing. They're just as fierce with everything that goes on the field. They'll be just as prone to argue,
and argue just like anybody else. Yeah, there's not much difference there. I wish my two sons would play. However, they are in college and can't seem to take time off to play a sport currently. So I love in sports. This is kind of my outlet for it. And kind of like you, Matt, I have friends on multiple teams, so this is kind of my opportunity to come on out to the field. Even if my kids aren't playing, at least I can support my friends that are out here playing. And again, like you said, it's really not that big a deal, you know. Maybe they're blind. Well, some people are short, some people are tall. Right. These ones just happen to be blind, but they're out there playing a sport that they love. So just getting them back out there on the field, and they just, you know, they want to play that game, and that's what they're here to do.
And they don't care
about the heat.
The heat, the humidity, nothing. It could be 10 degrees warmer, and we'd still be playing this game.
These are true athletes.
And the true athletes from Boston right now are leading 11-5 over the Gateway Archers, as they are now, it looks like we're getting set to start getting things going here back in the top of the third.
Yeah, Archers are making their way. They're about half set up in the field. You can hear some cheering over there on the Renegades.
Not so bad here, but the other field,
definitely ready and going. They're still wound up. They don't sound like they're slowing down at all yet. I believe we have Chris Kimball coming back up to home plate for the Renegades once the defense is set. He's kind of on his knees, adjusting his back, lining up with home plate, rubbing his hands on his thighs. He kind of takes a breather.
He's 1 for 1, and he had, in my mind so far, the at-bat of the day. With 2 outs in the second inning, score was still 6-3 at the time. hits that ball, scores that run. Barely. A little chop ground ball that just got the fielder couldn't handle. Next 4 Renegades, top 4 in the lineup score, and by the time the dust settles, it's an 11-3 game instead of the 6-3 game that it could have been.
It seems like that was a boost to get those Renegades back up and into a momentum of run.
Yes, and this is a big at that again because this is the lead batter. If you don't get him out again, Joey McCormick 3 for 3, Sean Devenish 2 for 3, David Sanchez 3 for 3, Shane Canton 2 for 3. So that's what you're left with if you don't get this guy out. 4 guys that are 10 for 12. So you're left with that anyway. But
absolutely,
you know, you got to get this out here to start this inning if you're Gateway. 11-5. So Boston in great position to really build on this.
Chris letting umpire know he's ready and pointing at the bases. And Rob sitting back down on his catcher's stool. And we are ready for the pitch. That's a little tight on the bat, but he's hit it right along the left baseline. And it's going to run foul. About halfway down to the base, just barely tumbled outside the line. It stopped.
What's your read on that one? Do you think the Gateway would have picked that one up?
I think the Gateway would have picked that up. Rich was right on top of that, headed over to that, and I think he was going to scoop that up.
Yeah, that's not one that Chris Gimble wanted on that one. A little bit of a choppy ground ball. Wants to maybe get a little bit more air onto it, hit it a little sharper.
I think maybe the luck with Rich missing those and having them bounce off his hands might be over. He might be digging in to grab that. We shall see.
But 1 strike. Doing their little conferencing.
Rob sitting back down on his stool. Hard, solid hit back out into left field again, but on the correct side of the baseline. Scoop right up into their hands, though, and that is out. That was an easy out right there.
Good play. Archers made the play they had to make. Good, sharp ground.
That was Kyle Bora with the put out. I think he's moved over to left field from right.
Kyle Bora has a couple of putouts defensively.
That was him. He was out on right field earlier, but I believe he is moved.
And that's a big out. That's a big out to get him out. So Kyle Bora with 2, if that was him, that's 2 putouts, 2 big putouts for him today.
Yeah.
Yep, that was. Yep.
Sure.
Cool.
Got Joe McCormick up to bat as he waits patiently at home plate.
Joe McCormick 3 for 3. He's been, the 2 of those were on the first pitch, so he's been all over it in this game.
Umpire checking the field. Base check. Joe pointing at his bases and bringing his bat up to his shoulder with a strong exhale. Oh, sliding right underneath that.
1 strike, 1 out.
Readjusting at home plate, pulling up his pants to make sure he's ready for that hard run to base. And it looks like we're going to get a new ball as this one's beeping out of control. Ah, that sounds much better there.
What's those misting fans? That's what you guys got going? They work well?
Yes.
That actually does feel quite beautiful. It's a little shade over here.
Ready for the pitch. This time Rob is kneeling next to his stool. Hard pop up high up into left field. Past the second, bouncing away from Kyle Moore. Past Demo, he is going to be safe.
Speed plus high pop-up equals relatively easy run 99 times out of 100, and especially with guys that are that fast. By the time that hit the ground, Joey McCormick only had a second and a half or so to have to reach the base before the fielders could make an accurate play on the ball. 4 for 4 for him. And
spectacular run game for Joe McCormick. It's Sean Devenish up to bat next.
so he's 2 for 3 on the day.
Still has that same smile on his face.
Hit it.
A little bit of joking there between Sean and Rob. It's not quite ready yet. Checking that outfield.
But Gateway got those 2 runs back last inning off bats of Kyle Bora and Ethan Johnson, and if Devinich scores right here, that pretty much puts the Gateway Archers right back to where they started after the 8-run second.
Ready for the pitch. Hard line drive out in center, just past the pitcher's head. Stumbling. Oh, Ethan slowed it down, but still doesn't have it. Scrambling to get it, and he is. Oh, it's going to be a double check.
Double check.
He was kind of fumbling with the ball, so we're going to have to double check that before we know.
Yeah, it did sound. It did sound like a fraction of a second before. Ethan Johnson slowed it down, and you mentioned, I guess, stuck with it and was able to pick it up just before Sean Devinich made the base. So that's 2 for 4 for Sean, and David Sanchez 3 for 3.
David back up at plate.
Ethan got it right.
I don't know the number.
Airborne, he says. He definitely wants to get some airtime there so he can get to the base.
2 outs. Gateway can get out of this feeling pretty good about themselves if they can get Sanchez here. Only 1 run in the inning off the bat of Joe McCormick.
A couple practice slow swings, and as he shrugs his shoulders. Oh, he's going to roll right off of this bat over underneath our table here, Matt.
I flinched.
Peter Connolly, the pitcher.
Not being an athlete myself, I was more afraid of the ball.
I've never been as afraid as I was last night during that one batter last night, Matt. When the bat went flying in the air, that was...
First he took out his pitcher, then he almost took everyone else out with the bat. I think it was Ron Jordan of Tyler Tigers with the long ball competition there.
Hard pop-up. I'm not sure if this is going to make it past the no. It's going to be foul. Sanchez will have to come back and duplicate, trying to get a little farther out into the field.
His pitcher telling him just off the end of the bat, a little outside. It's on me. Let's get this right.
Walking him back. Coming back up to home plate.
How do we hit?
A lot of support there from the Renegades bench.
They hit it wicked hard.
Apparently that's what they all say anyway. David doing a strong exhale, bringing that bat up over his shoulder. Oh, going just underneath the ball. Bob catching
That's
that
strike
on his
4, yeah.
stool. That is going to be it. Archers are going to make their way back in and see if they can close this gap. 12-5 Boston.
So all things considered, when you say you have an inning with, you know, Sean Devinich, Joe McCormick, David Sanchez, and a guy who was already 1 for 1, Chris Kimball, before, you're happy, despite the score, that it was just a 1-run inning. Obviously, you'd like to shut a team out, but Gateway has a chance to start making up some ground now, in the sense that they got out of it, only 1 of the runs scored. If Gateway can get 2, 3 back here, right, they're making up that ground. So they can't respond to Boston what they just did with 1 run or with no runs in this inning. They have to respond in their situation right now with something more than what Boston just put out. So Boston just gave them a little bit of an opening, a 1-run 3rd inning. Gateway, now with the score what it is, has to kind of have one of their innings where they bust out a little bit.
They definitely can't let the past inning get in their head too much. We've got to come up here almost like it's a fresh game. We're going to have Sean Bora coming up, see if they can break this momentum, see if they can start something new, maybe back and repeat to the beginning when they were starting off so strong. Let's see if they can get back to that.
Well, if Sean Bora can start the inning off well, that bodes well, because then you have the top of their lineup with guys like Rich Krussell and Kyle Bora, so you know you have guys that have scored runs in this game already.
We got Johnny talking to Sean. He can hear us actually mentioning him. Got Mari coming back up to catch, giving kind of a fist bump to Johnny Law there. There you go. Let's go get
Two
one.
pitchers in this game, Johnny Walker and Peter Connolly, two of them that don't really, like I said, we haven't seen like any passed balls in this game, if any. We may have seen one passed ball in this game, and I'm struggling to remember what that one was. So I don't think we've seen a passed ball in this game.
I don't recall a pass ball.
These guys,
This cart to come pass. And
these
remember,
guys are-
Sean is also a left-handed hitter, so you definitely have to be ready.
but it just goes to show again that usually some of the best pitchers in the game, the Fonzies, the Johnny Walkers, the Peter Connollys, you're up there swinging at their pitches. You're up there trying to hit their pitches because their pitches are usually good.
You are ready for the pitch. Allen swinging right over the top of it. Almost looked like he was reaching just a little bit as he swung around. Readjusting, stepping back off of home plate.
It's another big game going on right now at the other field.
High pop up center, unless it rolls back, it should be fair. They just got to scramble to get it, and he is going to be out.
Great communication there. You heard.
Rob Diaz just running right up to the line, scrambling at Rob Diaz and grabbing that out.
You heard him say, "I'll take it," and he did. He took charge right from the beginning and made the out. But another big game, and when we get scoring updates on that one, we'll let you know. But Bayou City and Philadelphia, two completely remade teams over the offseason. Both teams have like 4 new faces in their lineup. You know, you think of Bayou City, now they got Mike Coughlin, now they got Rob Wygand, now they got Randy George. You think of Philly, now they got Scott Hogwood, Tyler Rodriguez, Casey Krause, and Justin Rhines on their World Series roster this year. So, very fascinating game going over there. Over here, we have 12-5 in favor of Boston over Gateway. Gateway has 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd.
Rich Crussell up and back. Oh, hard hit. Even threw his bat a little, but that is going to go foul. Almost hit the cameraman over there on the Archer's side. Ball's coming back over to Johnny.
It was like a rocket right
Mari
into the
went
bench.
retrieved the bat for Rich. Kind of flew probably about 10 feet behind him as he let go.
Rich is looking for a little more of that, just fair. He had it in the first inning. His first run is his 1 run of the day. He's 1 for 2. And his run in the first inning, he clobbered.
Oh, and just sliding over the top of the ball. You know, and you'll hear me say that they're just barely missing these. These are definitely a pitcher-batter team.
Yep.
The pitcher is pitching to the batter on their team. So every batter is going to have a little bit different swing, and the pitcher has to get it to them. Oh, just bare miss. The exhaustion is definitely starting to wear.
Exactly right, Rosina. The exact opposite of a Major League Baseball game where the pitcher's trying to get you out. Your pitcher is trying to get you to score.
And Rich spun so far around there, he almost fell over and was facing the complete opposite direction there. But that is going to be out as Kyle comes up to bat.
Tough break. Rich Crussell, one of the best hitters on this team, and if you're down by 7 runs and you're not getting production from him at this juncture of the game, it might be a tough road back, and there's already 2 outs. You know, Kyle Bora's 1 for 2, or I apologize. He may be 2 for 2.
I think he is 2
2 for 2. Yeah, he is. He is 2 for 2. And they really, if there's a such thing as a must run here, I would say this is it. Yeah.
And it just drops straight down, but does not disappoint making the connection on that pitch.
So they have 2 runs from him, they have a run from Crussell, they have a run from Ethan Johnson, and they have a run from Chad Dillon. That makes up the Gateway Archer offense thus far.
Man, it's going to be bouncing out past the pitcher, center right field, scooping up, and they have it out. That was a beautiful scoop up.
Guy Zuccarello making that play.
Making his first put out for his out.
Guy Zuccarello, I haven't seen him all year. He's a very good player for the Renegades. He's back in here with the World Series lineup. So, Rosina, we talked about it and we set it up, and the Gateway Archers, 1, 2, 3. They got 0 runs in that bottom of the 3rd inning. Kyle Bora got away with it in the second inning with the choppy ground ball that turned into a run. Not this
time.
Nope. And now halfway through this game, it honestly is imperative for Gateway to just bear down and
Incredible defense.
Yep.
They can get back up to bat. You can play the best defense in the world, Matt, but if you're not going to get any runs on the board, it's not going to help you any.
no, and they scored 3 runs in that first inning, and it was looking like it was going to be a back and forth game. But in their last 2 at bats, only 2 runs total. And honestly, like we said, one of them was that chopped ground ball that Bora hit that Boston probably felt like they should have had back. So, this is really, if you're the Renegades on that side of things, it's your chance here to put the foot on the throat. You have them down.
Hey,
it's
Rob.
halfway through the game.
Rob,
It's
to make some
12-5. This is your chance to really put it on Gateway here in the middle portion of this game, to not give them any life. If you give them any life in the 4th and 5th inning, then they're going to think
Then
they can
there's
come
some
back.
momentum coming back, and it might rejuvenate the
Sean
game.
Bora? Henry Allen in for Sean Bora. What's his number?
So Henry Allen for Sean Bora. Henry Allen we saw at the fastest man competition last night. Did very well.
Shane coming up to bat for the Renegades. Rob sets his handy dandy little. Rob is so tall now that when he sits on that stool, it's like just like a little 1.5 foot stool, and it sets him at the perfect height to catch. If I was a guessing person, which I guess a lot, I'm not always correct, but I'd say he's at least a good 6 to 6'2".
And he's very, very passionate about this game and extremely passionate about his team. And the one thing about Boston that makes them unique, they don't believe in, hey, John from Arizona, do you want to come and play for my team during the World Series? They don't do that. They are a believer in, we have homegrown people from Boston, Massachusetts that play beat baseball, and we bring them to the World Series. And that's always been a thing with the Renegades. It's always been their thing.
Base check. Again, Shane up to bat. And making a connection, but just dropping down. Shane not even attempting to run on that, saving his energy. He knew that was not going to go.
Already 2 runs scored for him today. Renegades have 4 from Joey Mack. They have 2 from Devinich, 3 from Sanchez, 2 from Shane, 1 from Chris.
That's going to pop off his bat behind him. Just taking a breather. Get that ball back to the pitcher. Peter Connolly pitching to Shane. He's got a face mask on. Probably a smart move. I've seen so many hit lately. Oh, and that was kind of a late swing. He tapped it, but it just dropped down. It was almost like he was going to let it pass, and then decided to swing.
Shane, one of those personal friends I was talking about, but he's just a really funny guy, really good guy, really passionate about the game.
Hard. It's going to be foul out on the left base between third base and the baseline.
And where I was going with that, Rosina, he was really hard on himself last year. Things didn't turn out the way he necessarily was hoping with the Fire last year. The Fire didn't have pitcher Krause. They didn't have a lot of their pieces. And so playing for them last year was a struggle for him at times. The pitcher and him didn't have the connection that he's used to with, obviously, Pete Conley and Rob Weissman here. I mean, it was an adjustment period, and he was pretty hard on himself. And you can tell he's come back strong, ready, and poised.
Field 9 to base.
I was talking to Shane earlier. He was definitely feeling really good about this game coming up here.
Can we get some more balls on field 9?
It shows his performance and on the scoreboard. 2 for 3, but he's got a 3-strike count on him this time.
It's going to be another one right at left base, and it's going to be fair. It's running for and they hollered at Kyle to stop before he got to the ditch, and he rolled all the way out of the field and down to the ditch.
That will be a run.
Is there something stopping me from
That will be a run because it was because it was a late base, but that was something that so Shane still could beat it before they got to the ball. I think there was some confusing because then the Gateway spotter yelled at one of the Gateway fielders, and I don't know if they stopped or what happened there.
They told him to stop before he ran into the ditch. Running headlong, Kyle was making a mad dash for that ball, but you definitely don't want to come up on a ditch unexpected and just tumble down.
But they're going to give Shane Canton that run. That's his 3rd run of the day, and now it's 13-5 in favor of the Boston Renegades.
more balls, please. So one needs
Should be
more balls.
Rob Diaz up at bat for the Renegades.
Rob Diaz still looking for that first hit, 0 for 3. Had that great hit his last at bat. It was a dead ball.
It was in the same location as the one that was just hit, too. Oh, sliding.
But Rosina, he's definitely contributed to this game, though. I mean, early in the game when the Gateway Archers were on it, he made a couple of key defensive plays.
Incredible defensive plays out there in the field.
And if he doesn't make them, Gateway scores a lot more early on, and it may be a totally different game.
A little tight in on, but it's going to be high up into short left field, just past the first line. As Kyle scrambles to get that ball and not getting it in time. That is going to give another point to the Renegades.
He got the hang time he needed on that one.
Definitely. Got pinch hitter.
So we will see Drew Crook again, huh? Is that Drew Crook?
Drew Crook for Kimball again.
Got me?
So now we have a 14-5 game. We have no outs, and Drew Crook is 0 for 1. He made the out last time. Maybe not the fastest base run, but he's a good hitter.
Good, solid hitter. He's just not. He's just going to get it some hang time there.
Maybe a little bit more on the wheels.
A little bit of discouragement here out on the Gateway. Possibly, definitely make the base this time. As he's pointing to his bases, getting a good lineup.
And it doesn't get easier for Gateway. You have Joe McCormick on deck.
Slow little practice dragging the bat over the plate. Oh, that one was a little off. He was probably about 3 inches high over the ball on that one. Just getting a good feel for that. Rob telling him to reset up. Make sure his feet are the correct distance. Kind of sets his bat down at a 1 foot at each end. Swinging a little early would have been right on time on that one.
That'll be the second strike.
Grading him over there on the bench, gave him a B minus.
Only a B minus. My mom wasn't always thrilled with B minuses.
Oh, swinging a little early again, just off of that.
Well, he only has one more grade to get because he's at 3 strikes now. He's still... Sounds kind of pointless to say now, but he's still got that pass that he can take if he wants it.
Taking a deep breath. Rob having him adjust his feet. Oh, it seems to be early again, just off of those pitch.
So that's an out, 0 for 2 for Drew Crook. Maybe a little bit of a tough role coming in and out as a pinch hitter, but Joe McCormick, 4 for 4 for him. Here we
Plenty
go.
of grass stains here. He's definitely been diving, not only on offense, sliding into the bases, working hard on defense all day. Standing patiently at home base as he gets a base check.
I'd love to know how many World Series this guy's been to. He's definitely been to his fair few. He's a longtime player for the Renegades.
His short little stance. And popping it down just past the pitcher on the ground. Oh, popping up over Rich's hands again, and he's going to be safe. Called safe. Just not Rich's day today.
For you. He's been to every World Series since the first year at Ames, 2012.
Thank you. So he's been to the World Series since Ames, so that'll be probably like about his 9th. So since 2012, Joe McCormick's been going to the World Series. Thank you to Coach Rob. But man, the
Hard call for Rich out there.
the Gateway is going to be a very tough team. Sorry, go ahead, Bo.
I was saying, that's just got to be really mentally just totally playing with you. As many almost close calls he's had almost having an out.
Gateway is going to be a great team, and Rich Crussell is arguably their best player. It's just some days, like you say, sometimes it's just not yours. And
Sean Devenish with a high pop up into left center, out past Ethan Johnson, over to Demo. Demo trying to scoop. Oh, that's going to be a close call. I'm going to guess that he's out, but I don't know. Let's see what they're going to call this. He's out. They are going to call it out. It was definitely a good hustle by Demo out there. Scooped it up in his legs, grabbed it, and pulled it right up.
Sean Devenish is 2 for 5. He's actually had a tough luck day too. He's been put out a few times.
But he's definitely, look at that, he's still happy and smiling as he comes back to the bench.
Now, if he had scored that run, he didn't. If he had, I would point out we're getting perilously close to the 12-run thing. It's a 15-5 game. That would have made it 16. But if the Boston Renegades can if the Gateway can get one more out here, they can survive that particular storm.
Scenario for now, but we do have David Sanchez coming up to bat, which,
yeah,
it's very possible right here that that's still a possibility.
3 for 4 on the day. Shane Canton on deck, 3 for 4 right after him. 2 men that are very capable of scoring runs and who have done so to the tune of 6 for 8 today. So I'd say, yeah, we could be looking at the 12-run scenario unless Gateway has an answer. But Gateway is an out away. And Demo, like you said, great hustle. That was a really good hit by Devenish past the first 2 lines of defense. So not giving up. 3 runs in for the Renegades in this inning.
Slow little swing over on plate as he brings it up over his right shoulder. Man, it's a little tight and close and low as he just rolled over the top of that. Peter Connolly pitching right now.
Doesn't strike a lot of guys out at all.
It kind of jumped him back and forth on the pitchers here. Swinging early and completeness. Ron Cochran was the other pitcher that we've gone back and forth on, and Peter here.
Oh, they've had 2. Okay.
And then back and forth depending on the batters. Hard pop-up by David out into center, just past the first line of defense, landing in front of Ethan, bouncing past him. Demo scrabbling, but it is going to be safe for the Renegades. There's that 16-5 game.
Well, he's not Joe McCormick, who is 5 for 5, but 4 for 5 will do pretty nicely too. And David Sanchez and Joe McCormick, 9 out of their 16 runs by those 2 men, and a 16-5 game. 4 runs in this inning, and now you got Shane Canton, who already has scored this inning.
Coming back up to the plate is that traditional little hip wiggle there. Get himself prepped for his swing. Also politely asking the umpire if he needs a breather. Kind of secretly wondering if he needs one.
This is a big batter. Will it be the 12-run possibility or not?
So Peter Connolly pitching. Oh, swinging a little bit early there. I did see that on his last bat too. Swinging just a touch early. And foul pop over into left at the Renegades bench. Got Peter out there, kind of some little sound effects out there.
They all have so much fun.
Definitely a team that sounds like they're really enjoying themselves out here today.
You have to, either that or think about how hot you are. 3 strikes now.
Oh, rolling right off of that into Rob's mitt.
Still a 3-strike count.
And a hard, nice line drive out into left, past the first line, fumbling around Kyle's his legs. Can he get the ball? He is going to be safe.
Just once again for the Gateway Archers, just a ball that, oh my
Popped after him.
goodness.
Then it went to Kyle, and Kyle could not get a hold of it.
Demetrius put out Sean.
And that's,
Rebounds hard. You put out. That's the way it's been.
that's
That's really what it's coming down to. It's really coming down to just missed opportunities as Rob Diaz comes up to bat.
he scored earlier in this inning too, and this is where Boston says, okay, we have him where we want him. If we don't let him score in this bottom inning, now let's make them have to score multiple runs just to make them avoid that 12-run scenario. So this is where the Boston has a chance to pile on here. They have him
Double check with the ump and the volunteer out. Saying definitely safe. Definitely verified.
How many outs do we have?
two, and it's 4 for 5 for Shane. So how about that after his first out? So 4 for 5 for Shane, 4 for 5 for David Sanchez. So the 1, 3, 4 batters in this lineup are 13 for 15, and Sean Devenich is 2 for 5, and he hits everything really, really hard.
Rob getting his base check. Back with Ron Cochran pitching. Just missing that. It's a little on the inside.
Rob has a run scored of his own today, 1 for 4. Has hit a few balls very hard though.
On the tight inside again.
So that's the second strike, and again, for those of you who just tuned in recently, Boston Renegades 17, Gateway Archers 5, top of the 4th, 2 outs.
Rob resetting his feet with his back to home plate. And listening to some instruction from Rob behind him, shaking his head. In agreement, nodding. Pulling that bat up. Popping up over the pitcher and just short right in the front. See if Rich can grab this. And this time Rich has got that one. There was no fumble at all. Definitely had hold of that. Got it up in the air.
So 1 for 5 for Rob Diaz, but a 5-run 4th. And that's the thing with Boston, other than their 1 run in the 3rd, which they won that inning 1-0, they've scored 3 in the 1st, 8 in the 2nd, and 5 in the 4th. So they've put crooked numbers up in every inning except for one, and the one inning they didn't put up a crooked number, they won the inning. So, you know, it's just been that kind of a day.
Out of the game, number 24, Luis Rodriguez is in.
So Luis Rodriguez for Drew Crook.
47.
Luis Rodriguez will be coming in. Yeah, if the Archers have even gotten half of those missed plays, is almost, this would be a much different game. Even half of them would be huge. There has been multiple occurrences of almost.
And it started right from that second inning on that 6th batter, Chris Kimball, pinch hit. We go back to that at bat in the second inning. You get that last out, it's a 6-3 game. You got the top of your order coming up. Rich Crussell is going to hit again, get him right back in the game. You don't make that put out. The next time you come up to the dish, it's 11-3. You're working from behind. You're trying to press. You're trying to kill the ball instead of just hit it. You're trying to score 12 runs in one play. And obviously for Gateway, it's simple. First, they need to score a run because they need to get out of the 12-run scenario immediately. And if they score a run in this inning, then they just got to build from there and take it one at bat at a time. Every batter can't be trying to hit a home run. You know, 17-5 is a long way back, but you know it wouldn't have gotten this bad, as you said. At least several of those runs are just missed opportunities, and with 2 outs too.
Absolutely. They need to play this play by play, put the past in the past, not think about that. There's quite a bit of pressure on them.
5.
17-5.
Because it's 6-1-2. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Sorry, I was doing some quick math in my head. But it should be to begin the bottom of the 3rd. this is the bottom of the fourth. My bad. It should be 6-1-2.
Demo is going to be up at bat.
Oh, never mind. 3-4-5. Yep, I have it reversed. I knew I had it reversed. 3-4-5, not 6-1-2.
Umpire calling field ready.
Again, please. Brad first again. Sorry.
So again, they need a run. If they do,
Demo is definitely the person to do it if anybody can.
yep, and he needs to get off the schneid in this game. 0-for-2.
Have an adjustment of first base down there, making sure it's facing and connected well to be loud.
Here we go.
Yeah, looks like we're good to go.
So for the new listeners, possibly, after this pitch, I'll try to get a little bit into the 12-run rule, what it exactly means.
Hard hand. Oh, caught Johnny right in the leg. Drop again. He's not limping. Johnny is one tough pitcher. Well, it looks like Demo and running down might have hurt himself. Maybe trying to slow it down, possibly.
It's always tough to try to slow yourself down.
Got injury.
We're just gonna hold off and
Yeah, his hammy they're talking about.
Demo pulled a muscle coming out of the box.
Oh my gosh. In this weather, that's not fun. We'll see how he's doing.
slowly walking his way up. He's walking slowly. He's not walking strongly, but he's not limping at least. Hopefully it's not a horrible injury. Not sure if he's going to be continuing. He's asking for the bat, so I think he's going to be coming back to the plate to finish off.
And he'll have no count on him. So the 12-run rule real fast. So if a team completes, and people sitting around me, I'm not a beat baseball guru, so you can correct me if I say anything wrong. The 12-run, if this at bat is completed, and so their 4 innings would be complete, and the 12-run deficit is still the same, then Gateway would bat their 5th inning and their 6th inning, and only if they matched Boston's run total would Boston have to bat their 5th or their 6th inning. If Gateway scores even 1 run in this inning and it's 17-6 after 4 innings, they avoid that, and Boston has to bat in their 5th inning.
Oh, wait.
That is correct.
Swinging
Cool.
hard.
And that apparently is right. So good. I finally have that rule straight. I've definitely described it wrong on the air before, but 1 strike, 2
Another
strikes.
hard swing. Still going to strike. Just trying very hard. It's
It always
definitely a
goes
power
into effect
hitter.
at the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, once a full at bat's over, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. 2 strikes.
High pop-up center. Is Demo right? Definitely in the air, just past the first line as they're scrambling to get it. Oh, and they've got him out. That is, I believe, Joe. Nope, that's
Sean Devenich. Another put out for him. That's at least 2 for him. And the
Yeah,
thing,
he's been playing some incredible defense. He
He's
might
out
not
down
be
there,
putting
guys.
out all the runs. I believe
He's
Demo
down.
is down at third base.
Oh, my.
They're running to go get him.
He's down.
oh gosh.
Trying
And this,
to roll over. This heat is brutal.
Yeah.
oh man.
He didn't look good running down the line.
No, just he was giving all he could.
And he's rolled over now onto his back. Yeah, Sean Devenich definitely maybe not putting all the runs
Johnny,
on
let me
the
know
board
if
for
I
his
need to call
team,
a
but
medic.
he's playing some excellent defense. Going to be calling up a medic
Yeah.
for Demo.
Horrible.
Oh, he's trying to get up. He's rolling onto his side. At least going to try to make it to his bench. We'll see how he's doing.
Gamer.
He's a tough cookie. He's a tough cookie. He's a real tough guy. But
Walking it to his bench.
speaking to the Sean Devenich play, Rosina, that frankly, you mentioned that the play is not being made by Gateway. It's not only the fact that the plays are being made by Boston, their communication is just a little slightly better out. I'm just going to say it's slightly
does
better.
Seem like
It-
just a slightly better smoothness to
Yep.
their
they just know each other, and that's no fault to Gateway. Like, this is a team, that's played together for years. This is Boston, as I mentioned earlier on our broadcast, homegrown guys. They all know each other. They all play with each other. They all practice together. They're a cohesive unit. Not saying Gateway isn't, but clearly there's new guys. Johnny Walker, Demo.
It takes
There's
a while to build up that smooth, functioning, well-oiled machine, as you might say, where they don't even have to think about it. They just know. But we do have Ethan Johnson up, and again, he's doing that little traditional pat on Mari's head, kind of grabbing the top of her head there.
And he has a run scored in this game. You're not really sure what that's all about.
I'm not
there.
sure if that's because she's the youngest player on the team and kind of like everybody's kid sister, or if that's like a good luck charm.
He scored a run in this game. He's 1 for 2. But they.
Demo, he's at his bench now.
How's he looking?
And I believe he's sitting down on the ground. I can't quite see him. Oh, no, he's walking around behind his bench, so he is walking it off, but he is holding his hamstring. So I do believe that is correct. Getting a base check for Ethan Johnson.
You can rest assured he's going to do the most that he can to play or at least be a part of it. He's not going to be one of those guys that's going to get carried off the
High
field.
pop-up, almost repeat with Ethan Johnston, but it's going to be short. Almost right. Can they grab it? Oh, that is going to be safe. They're saying that he did not get it in time.
Get that base just before he got it off the ground.
Yep, it sounded like he was touching it before he fully slammed it right before.
Even giving Johnny Walker a hand slap as he comes back up to his bench.
So clearly the whole putting the hand on the head there works out for him. I mean, that's the second.
Absolutely.
So they get out of the 12 run. They will not. There will be no 12 run. The Boston Renegades will be batting in their 5th inning.
Ron Diaz very disappointed that was not going to count as an out. It was a lot of hustle there, just not quite. It does come down to tenths and even hundredths of a second.
Yep.
We got Chad Dillon, left-handed batter, up for the Archers. So we double-check the field.
He scored back in that 1st inning. At the time, that tied the game at 3-3 for the Gateway Archers. Looked like it was going to be a back-and-forth affair.
And swinging way underneath. Johnny giving a little bit of correction there.
You know, the best hitters, you can hear their swing. The best pitchers, you can like hear their delivery. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you can just hear when Johnny Walker. That
much closer.
Ball just flies out of his hands.
One more correction, and I think that's going to be on.
Only one out. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 17-6. Boston over Gateway.
Yep, and I was right high up into center, just past the first line, bouncing past the second, scrambling, went over his hand, and he is going to be safe.
Good call on that one by you. You literally, and you called that one perfect, and then he got to the base.
Watching the adjustment as Johnny made from his first pitch to his second, and he was definitely doing exactly what he said. He's like, I gotta drop it down. And he said the same thing on the second one, and he had consistently dropped it on the first one, like he said, about 3 inches. And if he had dropped it again, I knew it was going to be a popper, and it certainly was. Chad driving it right down the center.
So good to see the 4 or 5 guys. Ethan and Chad, both 2 for 3. Or was that Henry that scored?
No, Henry is up right
Okay,
now.
okay.
That was Chad Dillon.
So they are both 2 for 3. He and Ethan, the 4 or 5 guys in the Gateway
Allen
Archers.
up now.
This is his first at bat of the game. If he can score here before Rich Crussell, maybe they have a little bit to get excited about. There's only 1 out. You gotta take it 1 run at a time. You're down by 10.
He did get that run, so out of that 12 run for now.
Oh yeah.
Getting a practice swing. Johnny's like, keep it just like that. This little tap of the ball on the glove before he pitches. And it was a little on the outside. See if it brings that in a little bit closer to Henry. And it's going to be a pop up over onto the right. Oh, bouncing over to the Archer's
2
back.
strikes.
He's definitely had that correction. Johnny's very good at correcting his pitches. And a hard one right into center right past the first line. Oh, but it was right into Devin, I believe that was
46.
Yep. Oh, Joe McCormick picked that.
Joe McCormick, a good.
Joe McCormick sliding up and grabbing that, making me out.
See, and that's the thing with Boston, whether it's Zuccarello or Diaz or McCormick or Devenish, there's not that, there may be that standout fielder for the Boston Renegades, but everyone communicates.
Consistent.
Yep, they're all positionally sound, and, Of course, there's been the occasional play here or there that they've just missed today. Like you said, it's a game of inches, but consistently throughout the course of the game, the reason it's 17-7, they've generally consistently made plays, and on the other side,
defense has been very smooth, very even across the whole team.
Yes, but now here's Rich.
Rich Crussell hoping to redeem a little bit of that outfielder play.
And even his play at the plate, he's only 1 for 3. And in this kind of a game, they need a little bit more from their star. For example, the leadoff batter for the Boston Renegades, Joe McCormick, 5 for 5. So a little bit of a difference.
Hard, but it's going to be foul out on the right side.
That's another thing.
Rich swings his, kind of drops his bat behind him as he hits the ball and takes off. I'm just glad that it's out on the side and not back behind to us.
But that's another thing we talk about, the leadoff hitters. If they're your table setter, their quote-unquote best player. I mean, one leadoff hitter is 1 for 3 and really struggling in the field and really maybe getting into his own head a little bit, and one is 5 for 5 and a stalwart in the field right now. So, you know.
Right over the top of that.
But we talk about in football when your quarterback, you know, is good over a team with a bad quarterback. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I know all about that. Joe McCormick seems to be the quarterback for this team, and he's leading them to great things, and Rich Crussell may be a little bit more of a struggle for him today.
Hard, powerful hit over into right field, past second, stumbling back into third, past the hands. He is going to be safe.
Yep, good run.
Definitely easy. You can see him shaking his hand. I believe that was Sean this time out there. Just didn't quite have it in his hands. He knew it as he sits up and shaking his hands like, I just couldn't get it.
Almost another pretty good play made, but Rich Crussell, good piece of 3-strike hitting. Under pressure that time, 17-8. So they needed to get out of that 12-run inning, and they put up a 3 spot, so they've done well to do that. And now it's Kyle Bora. He has a couple of runs scored.
That was Joe McCormick, just couldn't quite get it in the hands.
Yep, so Kyle Bora, yep.
Yep,
batting
still
now.
with that puppy dog pocket hanging out.
Good coach.
He's got that bat up tight, almost right up against his neck as he waits. And now it's up high. Shaking a little bit as he steadies out, ready for that pitch. Just underneath. Hard hit right down to center right. Going past. Oh, it is out there. There, he is going to be safe. Stopped on the ground right in front of the second line, bounced over them, and just continued to go.
Well, if you're an Archers fan, you hope it's not too little too late, but Johnny Walker is definitely getting hot, real hot, and it's 17-9, and he's really finding those bats. And Kyle Bora is 3 for 4. He's done his part in the number 2 slot in this Archers order. Still 2 outs, 4 runs in, 17-9. What do you say? Just keep taking it 1 run at a time.
I'm not 100% sure, but Philly just won 18-9. I think they were playing Bayou City.
Oh, man. Yep, and that actually just got texted to me, too. 18-9, Philadelphia Fire with a loud statement over Bayou City in the new revamped Bayou City Heat. An 18-9 victory. Didn't know how that game was going to turn out. Thought it would be a little bit more of a crapshoot, but great game across the board for Philadelphia. Looking forward to seeing those boys later.
Got some conversation going on, trying to see what's going to happen with Demo as we have Liam up at bat for the Archers.
Go.
And swinging over the top of that. Crouched down, ready for his pitch.
And
A little behind on that one.
if you're listening, thank you to my buddy Nick Gomberg for that text update there. 18-9, Philly over Bayou. 2 strikes on the batter.
And a solid grounder over into left field. Out, just stumbled over his legs. Shane there to back up his player, and that is going to be out.
5-minute break.
Once again, you see that great backup by Shane Canton. And
Rolled right over Rob's legs, and Shane was right
37,
there.
Rob, right?
Scooped it up
Thank you.
easy. It wasn't
5-minute
even a
break,
struggle.
guys.
Taking a 5-minute
Get a
break.
drink.
So that is 0 for 1 for the new pinch hitter who was pinch hitting for Demo. Demo unable, obviously, to go anymore, but 3 runs. Yeah, I'm sorry. 4 runs in that inning for the Gateway Archers, 17-9, as we head now into this home stretch of the game. And
Yes, sir.
you know, honestly, since the last 5-minute break, Boston's outscored them 6-4, and now there's 2 innings left. Boston was up 11-5 after the second inning. They're up 17-9 after 4. And right now, you look at the way the game has turned out. Boston and Gateway split that first inning 3-3. Boston only beat them 1-0 in that third inning. But where the game really, really, really has turned is the 8-2 second inning and the 5-4. This inning was even only 5-4, right? It was 12-5 going into this inning. So this was only a 5-4 inning. So really, it was just that 8-2 inning, that second inning, that really turned the whole game on its axis for the Boston Renegades. Otherwise, it really has been a relatively evenly played game. The scoreboard doesn't reflect that 17-9, but you know, like you said, maybe just little things here or there have been the difference. Just a little bit more communication in the field.
Even just half of those plays could be a completely different game.
Yeah, and you see a score like Philadelphia and Bayou City, 18-9, and my first thought is, oh man, they really spanked them. But if it was anything like this game, you watch these games, and Rosina, we called a lot of just incredible games last year. I remember one in particular, it was the Edge versus the Jets, the first time they played each other. And it was a close game through 4 innings, and it was just in the 5th inning that the Jets just made little play after little play, and before you knew it, the final was like 8-2. 9-2, and you're like, oh man, they really spanked them.
But no, yeah, it's definitely those little plays that all add up.
Yes, yeah.
To the final.
Yep, and then you get hot, you get a certain mindset, and you start pressing, you start trying to do too much, and that's what Johnny Walker did a great job of this past inning. Even just finding bats, just making the best adjustments for his hitters, because those 4 runs were really hard hits. That it's kind of incredible. Boston almost made a couple plays on a couple of them.
Absolutely, had wonderful correction on that pitch. Totally, took charge of that. Got the ball to the batter, and it definitely showed. It's getting it out there. It's getting good, solid hits, not bouncy hits. Those runners are getting to the bases.
Yes, ma'am. And now we just got 2 more innings to go, and we once again want to thank everyone who has tuned in on behalf of the NBBA. Welcome to the Game of the Day. The 2022 NBBA World Series got underway yesterday with our long ball and skills competition. We had the long ball. We had Justin Holland repeat as champion for the men, and we had Kalari Jackson take it from Faith Penn at the wire for the women by 2.5 feet, was it? We decided?
Just barely over 2 feet. Very close.
Yeah. And then for the men, Gerald Dykes winning the fastest man competition.
His champion on the fastest man.
But Justin Rhines of the Fire gave him quite the run for his money.
It was definitely close in there by tenths and hundredths of seconds for quite a while.
And unfortunately with Hillary Oswald, I'm not sure if she backed out or if she wasn't able to participate, but since she didn't participate in the fastest female competition, it was pretty much the Dakota Hogwood show there. She took that by several seconds, and she made the base in under 6 seconds consistently, closer to 5 seconds than to 6 consistently. So she did a great job, and that was a lot of fun to see. And now today is our first NBBA game of the day, Boston and Gateway Archers, and it is 17-9 in favor of the Boston Renegades. And really, Rosina, I'm not sure if you've seen any different, but it seems like there's no crazy upsets on the first day like there usually is in the World Series. There's not that like last year.
I have not seen any crazy upsets like last year.
You
It's
had
been pretty consistent. A couple people would have said a couple games would have gone differently, but they've been pretty close games in my opinion.
I have a couple of score updates for you guys.
Okay, let's get them. Let's get some scores.
Jets beat the Comets 21-15.
Ooh.
And as of about 10 minutes ago, the Edge were up 16-3 over Austin.
Over the Austin Blackhawks.
So yeah, I heard earlier today that there were some people that thought Austin could really pull an upset. I was not one of those people. However,
take the field.
Take the field, guys.
I was one of those people that would not have bet that
St.
the
Louis, we're ready
Comets.
to play. Let's
I
go.
mean, look, a loss is a loss, I suppose, but 21-15 to the Jets is nothing really to hang your head about. The Comets really seem to have acquitted themselves well. The Jets beat them 21-15. That's a pretty good showing by the Comets.
Low-scoring game. That's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Definitely a fight, not a walk away at all.
Absolutely. So, but Rosina, I would say the big upset in last year's tournament was your Atlanta Chaos beating those
Chaos
Chicago
on that
Comets.
first day. I mean, the Comets on that first day. Absolutely.
But today you've seen the top-seeded Edge take care of their business at 16-3, kind of making mincemeat out of the Blackhawks. And you have the Jets in the second seed, still maybe not looking as good as they wanted to against the Comets, but still taking care of business, still winning games.
That's not a final score yet.
Okay.
Not a final.
Just so you know.
So since I did all this talking about the Blackhawks, they're going to come back and win 20-16, which is fine. I'm not an Indy Edge fan. I like the Indy Edge. I respect them, but I'm here to broadcast for the Fire and for the NBBA. Who's our third team in the rankings going into this World Series? I believe it was Indy Thunder. Thank you.
Jets and Thunder.
And Thunder have taken care of their business today, so the top three teams, and unless, again, the Edge totally blow it against Austin, I'm going to assume that they're going to take care of their business today. But the Boston Renegades, the fourth seed, you've seen them take care of their business today, and you've seen Philly in the number 5 really do what they were supposed to do. So you've seen the top teams really hold serve thus far.
We do have the Archers are making their way, almost completely set up out on the field. And up for the Renegades, we're going to have Luis Rodriguez up for the Renegades. A little bit of joking going on. That's definitely a good breeze coming in.
Feels good, but this guy can definitely hit. Saw him hit in the Beast of the East tournaments that the Fire played in earlier this season. This guy, he might be like the second, third guy off the bench, but he's definitely no slouch either. So
Who's going to be pitching in? It looks like we got Ron Cochran pitching.
we're in the home stretch here, last couple innings.
Johnny taking his way back to his
Base
bench. Ready for a base check for Luis.
Kibble, you're in the hole, right?
And Chris Kibble is going to be in the hole. Or is going to be the next guy.
Man, a little tight up against just under the bat. Exhaling a deep breath. Oh, swinging just a little late to catch that.
Two strikes, nobody out. Top 5.
An airplane going overhead. Just about gone. A lot of conversation there between Rob and Lewis. And swinging just a hair early, that's going to be a strike. And Rob telling him to reset. Matching his toe up with the end of his bat, and then checking his stance, making sure it's a bat length. Comes that bat level with the shoulder. And a hard bouncing hit over into left, just past the feet of Rob. And running leader is running for that. That is going to be safe.
And again, you just heard it go off of the Gateway Archers, and once that happens, he's fast. So that's another run. That one by Luis Rodriguez. He joins the party for the Renegades. That's his first run of the day, and it's 18-9.
Joe McCormick.
Now all they got to do is get him out. He is only 5 for 5 today.
Only.
Yep.
That's not too shabby. I mean, I suppose it doesn't get much better.
I suppose perfect is okay.
See if we can continue this perfect game here.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see 6 for 6. It'd be cool to see someone do that.
Pointing at his bases for the base check. Rob kneeling next to his stool. dropping hit just past the pitcher out into left. Rich has got that. Rich has got that. Picked it up. Definitely seeming to pick up from his earlier bounces off of his hands.
And a little bit of redemption there for Rich Crussell, getting Joe McCormick out, making that play, not letting him get past him. So 5 for 6 for Joe McCormick. Sean Devenich is going to end his day 2 for 5. Chris Kimball's going to pinch hit for him. He's 1 for 2, and he'll stand in with 1 out.
Lining his feet up with the end of the bat.
Guys, who's watching base runners? Okay, here we go.
That's good.
Bat up on the shoulders, black and gold bat and gloves as he twists his shoulders and his hips, preparing for the pitch. And catching it tight, making it run right down to the left baseline, but it goes out after the base, and he is going to be safe. There's another one for Chris Kimball.
There's nothing really to say about that one. He hit it hard. He ran fast. I mean,
He just inside the line till after the base, and slowly rolled its way out, making it very difficult to field.
Yeah, he took off. He was digging that one. He was digging it right out of the box. So it's 19-9, 2 for 3 for Chris, and once again Gateway, you can see the 12-run deficit from here. So
Paramedic down here.
oh, another medic.
Field 9 to base. Can we get paramedic?
Boston side, Boston side.
Oof.
On the Boston side?
For Sean, David Sanchez up to bat.
Doesn't matter. It's a long week. There we go.
What field?
Paramedic
Sean Devenich.
on the Boston side, please.
Trying to make sure he can stay healthy for the rest
Yep.
of the week.
Absolutely.
That's a smart move. Don't just try to put up with it.
Especially 19-9, a game that doesn't mean anything as far as elimination goes. It does as far as seeding goes, but not as far as.
And a little tight, dropping just barely. Is it going to make it past the pitcher's line?
Yep.
And it looks like it is.
Yep.
And he is going to be safe. It was just almost impossible for Rich to get to that in time, not knowing. I mean, it was sitting right almost on the line, barely past the pitcher line.
So what you're saying, Rosina, is that didn't quite beat what Justin Holland hit yesterday at the long ball
Not quite.
competition.
It was close.
Just short.
But in a long ball competition, that might matter. In a game, as long as you get the run, hey,
You can hit
that's
it-
an awesome hit.
You can hit it
Doesn't really matter.
500 feet or what we just saw, and it's just equally as effective.
As
And
long as it gets that run up on the board. And Shane coming up.
David Sanchez joining Joe McCormick in the 5 for 6 club. And Shane Canton looking to do the same thing. He's 4 for 5. You could have 3 batters out of the first 4 with 5 runs each.
Thank you. Set.
Right.
Just a little early swing there to hear Rope asking his bench to be quiet. It's very important for the players to be able to hear properly in this game.
Make that 20 runs for the Renegades in this game.
Bubble.
Just barely catching that as Rob taps the ball on the ground before tossing it back. We have Peter Connolly back pitching.
Set.
Right.
And just a little bit of a late swing and missing that.
Johnny Ma trying to call me in the middle of a broadcast. We're broadcasting here.
And a nice hard hit was going to be foul very far on the left side. You could hear that ding on the bat.
This one ain't good, right?
Echoed
Yeah, the ones in the
far into the ditch. You're going to need another ball. I believe that probably knocked anything out of that other ball.
3 strikes, only 1 out, 20-9 Boston. They just need to get 2 more outs to avoid the potential 12th run.
Go ahead, just keep this player. It's more important than the game. Go.
Got to hold as we get the medics to help Sean Devenish over on the Boston Renegades side. Definitely going to take care of these players.
I just hope it's a matter of being a little dehydrated or something like that. I hope it's not a matter of another injury. You know, you hate to see these guys.
Icing him down, and we have Rob back over to the catcher's stool for Shane.
Here we go.
Set.
And just over the top of that.
Is that the fourth one?
That is out, I
Yep,
believe.
that's the fourth one. So that's out number 2.
I should have Rob Diaz, I believe.
So Shane will have to settle for 4 for 6 as he strikes out. Rob Diaz, only 1 for 5 in his game, looking for a good hit, end his day on a good note. You've had 5 from David Sanchez, 5 from Joe McCormick, 4 for Shane Canton. Makes up 14 runs right there with 3 players. This guy has a run. Devinich had 2. Chris Kimball had 2. Luis Rodriguez rounds out their scoring.
Rob getting a base check.
And the star right now for Gateway, Kyle Bora, 3 for 4. So
Deep exhale.
Set.
And a hard line drive, center to the left, bounces off. Oh, past Liam, out on the third, and he is going to be safe. There was just not much. He went right past Rich Crussell and then stumbled out of Kyle's hands and right past Liam out in left field for the Archers.
And so that is the 4th run of the inning. And once again, it just seems like whenever the Gateway Archers do something to maybe feel a little bit good about themselves, Boston just answers it. Gateway got those 4 runs, got that down to 17-9. Boston, 4 runs next half inning. Just completely cancels it out. Can still do more with 2 outs, but at least have gotten the 4 runs and have gotten that, indeed, 12-run deficit.
Luis Rodriguez up to bat with Ron Cochran pitching.
He's already scored this inning. He saw him score the first run for the Renegades in this inning.
He's taking a hold as we wait for the defense to finish setting. The spotters repositioning a couple people.
All right, base set.
And we are ready for a base check.
Sit down.
Set.
And
Right.
just a little below that pitch.
So Rob Diaz, second run of the game means that everyone from 1 through 5 on the Renegades has at least 2 runs scored in this game.
Right.
And tip of the bat kind of went up as he swung, just barely missing that ball. He normally has a pretty smooth, level swing. Readjusting his feet.
Set.
And just underneath and a little early on that pitch. You can definitely feel the sun back out again.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
burning on my back. That neck is feeling it too.
Oh yeah, but that's all part of it.
And a hard hit. It's clobbered. Oh, Rich has stopped it. Can he get it? And he's got it. Another defensive save by Rich after several misses. Definitely feeling that comeback on defense, gritting his teeth and digging into that. There was no fumbling at all. Last 2 that he caught.
And that's a sign of a great player. You're not going to hang your head. Even if you've missed the first 4 plays, you're not going to hang your head on that 5th play. You're going to keep your head up and make it. And that's exactly what he's done. And he's a great player, and that's what the greats do. But Rosina, I think what makes this Boston team so good, I just mentioned the top 5 players in their lineup, because the 6th hole has been kind of ever-changing throughout the course of the game. But every guy, 1 through 5, has more than 1 run scored, and that's what makes this team so good. You don't know.
Consistent.
Yep. David Sanchez could hit you with 5 for 5. If he's having an off day, Rob Diaz could hit you with great runs and great speed. Joe McCormick
Sean Devonish, even though he's out right now, he's been doing some incredible defensive plays.
Yes.
And still, it can step up to take the place if somebody else is not having a good day.
We got 12 runs, right?
And-
Boston taking the field.
Or anything, we just keep them out there, right?
And again, folks, from the Fire, I cannot answer your calls while I'm on the air. So you knew I was on the air. So 21-9 as we head to the 5th.
Johnny getting his mask and making his way.
Yep, bottom. My apologies. Correct. So that
I
means
broke down and grabbed the Dr. Pepper a while ago because I needed the caffeine.
So this means, again, they only need one run, but they do need a run in order to make the Boston Renegades hit the 6th inning.
This was Ethan Johnson heading back up to the plate, and I'm sure you can imagine what happened before I even mentioned him.
Did he put his hand on the head of the youngest player on the team?
Absolutely did.
Well, he's 2 for 3.
Hat there
He's 2 for 3, trying to...
for Mari Blumenthal, the catcher, in her rainbow Crocs.
There we go.
Wonder if she runs as fast to those as Nick Silver runs on his Crocs. And Ethan Johnson up to bat.
Nick Silver definitely had to have a good day today against the Bayou City Heat. Definitely had a good day in his first 2 World Series games with the Fire. Really good player, really, really fast player. 0-1.
Man, almost hit Johnny, popped out into center past Ridge, all the way out into the 3rd. And
Nope.
Luis, oh, he was going to be safe. It was almost all for Luis Rodriguez to have to put out, stumbled past the first 2 lines of defense, scrambled over there, had it, just not quite in time.
But when you hustle, you don't give people the time to make the play. Ethan Johnson just all hustle on that one, just booking it to the base. Just no chance to make a play on it. 21-10.
Chad Dillon, left-handed hitter, coming up to the plate, adjusting his bat all along the front.
So they've definitely gotten production from some guys. I mean, Ethan Johnson and Kyle Bora are both 3 for 4, and you have this guy who's 2 for 3, Chad Dillon. So I mean, you've gotten some production from these guys.
I do see Demo over on the bench over there.
Good
He
to
is
see.
up, sitting on the front bench, kind of stretching his leg out back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see if he's back in the games tomorrow. And the field is ready. This is Chad Dillon up for the Archers. He's got blue sleeves on and blue and gray batting gloves. And a hard hit out into center right, bouncing back over to center. And it slipped out of their hand. And he is going to be out.
Because he got it.
He recovered it.
Barely got it.
It slipped out of his hand. It just slipped back in there. And if it hadn't stuck, he would have been safe. I mean, that was a split second if it slips back out of his hand. But that's a play made. Was that Diaz? McCormick made that play. Joey Mack just sticking with it. No surprise there. And that's out number 1. So that'll be put out for him. 2 for 4 now for Chad Dillon. Some solid hits for him. But 1 out in the 5th.
We got Henry Allen up to bat for the Archers. His umpires double checking, make sure the field is ready. Spotters is yep, got a good call. Johnny double checking the defense. So you and me, Henry. And it was a little on the outside.
18-8.
See if he brings it in a little closer. As Johnny tries to pull that ball in a little tighter. Almost perfect. Just popped right off Mari's glove and back out again.
The coach of the Fire actually told me the final was 18-8 Fire over the Bayou City Heat. So real nice effort. 2 strikes on this batter.
Johnny going back to grab the ball. Definitely ready. You're going to hear that ball pop into his glove before the pitch.
And it's
And a bat sliding
3
right over
strikes.
the top of the ball. Encouragement from the Archers bench over there.
And it sounds to me, Rosina, like when they've missed, it has majority of this game been a little over top with the bat.
Yes. And a same repeat just over the top. Johnny looking devastated at that.
Would you say that's been a Gateway problem, or would you say that's been universal
I've
today?
been seeing that throughout all the games that I've witnessed today.
Interesting. Maybe it's that ball slipping out of the hand. Maybe it's that,
I don't
trying
know
to get
if
the
it's
grip on that
wind,
bat.
the air, the humidity makes the ball heavier. I am not sure what, but it seems like the balls are just underneath the bats.
Falling a little bit too much. So that's the second out now.
Takes this.
And this is
We
the
have Rich up to bat.
Rich Krussel's 2 for 4, and he's really made a comeback story for himself in this game after struggling for a couple innings with his fielding. He scored a run his last time up, made a great put out to end the last inning on Luis Rodriguez.
Definitely some nice putouts after some strong fumbles earlier. Hard pop-up hit over into right field, right over the first line. Let's see if Chris Kimball's going to
Nope.
get it. And not quite. That's going to be for 150 volts. A little bit bigger.
21-11 now after the Gateway Archer score there, so the Boston leads 21-11.
And we got Kyle Moore
Yep.
coming up with his
Yeah, this has been
baseball
offense for sure.
seam-printed sleeves. See if he's going to repeat another massive hit here.
And Rich Krussel 3 for 5. So it's really been clear where the production's going to come from. You have Rich Krussel with his 3 runs, Kyle with his 3 runs, Ethan Johnson with his 3 runs, and that's 9 of the 11 runs for the Gateway Archers. And I believe the other 2 actually are by Chad Dillon. So there you go.
Good. You got it.
Johnny kind of wiggling his jaw there under his mask.
Good. Takes this.
In a stance.
Here we go.
Still
Got
2
out.
outs,
Back
bottom
over the
5.
shoulder. Again, that ball just sliding right underneath the bat. Johnny giving some correction on the glove placement from Ari, the catcher. Oh, and dropping straight down onto home plate.
Is it getting the paper for you?
Oh, again,
3
just
strikes.
underneath.
On me, you're good, you're good. Stay right where you are.
He's saying this is on me. Just keep your swing.
Just keeping it like that and seeing if he can make the correction.
Swings and misses that one.
And you can see him tip his head back. Oh no! From
So
Johnny.
now we're going to the 6th.
The Boston heading into bat. The 21 or 11.
So another couple runs for Gateway that inning, but just maybe trying to do too much. It's getting late. They were down, but
Might be just a little too little, a little too late.
Yep. And that game-breaking, for those of you just tuning in, that game-breaking point in the game was the 8-run second inning when it was a 3-3 tie, and Boston just kind of just let loose in that second inning. Couple that with Gateway then not scoring in the third inning when it was 12-5. You have a 21-11 game. I mean, Boston has scored slightly more. They've done slightly, but especially
a lot of it's come
early.
down to those almost calls.
Yep.
Almost had it. Almost got it. Almost. Doesn't quite get the job done. Not at the World Series.
Nope. However, if you're Gateway, you can take some solace in the fact that this is not an elimination game or a game that affects your overall chance of winning the World Series. So you just got to look at it as a learning experience, as how can we avoid snowballing in the future, and what do we need to do to be on teams like the Renegades, because Boston blitzed them early. They scored 3 runs in their first 3 batters. They scored 8 runs in that second inning. They dropped a 5-er on them in the 4th inning. They dropped 4 more on them in the 5th inning. I mean, they've shredded Gateway defensively for the most part. And Gateway, maybe, like we've talked about throughout the course of the game, maybe needs to be a little quicker sometimes with their communication out in the field, a little bit quicker picking up balls, and just a little bit more sure-handed in general.
Joe McCormick up to to bat for the Renegades, and I did see Demo running, stretching out his hamstring out behind the bench for the Archers. Definitely trying to stay in shape, keep that muscle stretched out. So I'm going to bet that he will be playing tomorrow unless that freezes up overnight. But definitely he's stretching and running back over there and trying to keep that in shape and not to tighten up.
Joe McCormick, 5 for 6 in this game. Just
Ron Cochran pitching to him. Base check.
There we go.
Exhaling that deep breath, saying, "Come on, Ron." Oh, again, just over the top of that pitch. Ball just below.
so 12 runs is no longer in play because Boston can score as many runs as they want, and you'll still see the Archers bat in the bottom of the 6th. So no more 12 runs.
Resetting up his bat with home plate, getting his stance, tapping the bat against his left foot. And it's going to be a foul ball. It's
Tough
a
break.
little on the inside of his bat.
3 strikes now. Still just haven't seen anyone just take that one pitch. It's almost like that rule doesn't exist for these two teams. They just go up there hacking away.
Well, they're out here to play a game, Matt,
Yeah.
and it seems like that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
Joe exhaling deeply. Another deep breath in. He's got his elbow up high above his shoulder. He's ready for the pitch. And he took a pitch.
And he
there,
took
Matt.
it.
He must have heard you. He's
This
grinning
pass
out
ball
there.
brought to you by. I feel like it should have a sponsor because that's how rare the pass ball in this game has been. But now it's a full count.
And bouncing down past Ron, the pitcher, going right dead center, past Rich, over to Ethan's feet, and they're going to call him safe.
Close one. And that's one where, you
Ethan
know,
is still laying out on the ground holding that ball. Now he's getting up.
but that is 6 for 7 for Joe McCormick now, and he just showed you there he can score anyway. He can power it past you or he can finesse it past you. He can hit that chopping ground ball and just outrun you to the base. And that's exactly what he did there.
Chris Kimball up to bat.
Indy Edge final 16-5 over Austin.
So there you go, 16-5. Indy does beat Austin. So that kind of dark horse pick for an upset by a few people.
He's been eliminated.
Yeah.
Ready? Make set.
Chris says yes, he's ready. Slightly bent knee. And clobbering that over into left field past the first line of defense. Kyle scooping that right up, and that is going to be an easy out.
You call that base, you gotta run still.
You guys hear that at all? Did you tell if it was a late base or not?
I didn't think it was.
I don't think so.
Okay. That was out then. Hey guys, no one heard the late base. He's out.
So calling that out.
I don't think it was late at all. Huh?
Fire pinch hit again. Gonna re-enter Drew Crook for David Sanchez.
So there's-
47 for
Crook back
48.
in.
So there's one out. I hope I wasn't the only one that made up the umpire's mind there. I thought he hit it, and it was on as always. But yeah, just to make it clear, I don't think that the Blackhawks are going to be a bad team in this World Series. I think they're going to win some games. I think they're going to be potential top 10 team. Just the Indy Edge are on a new level this year with some of the players that they have, and so that's to just say that the team is just going to go in and upset them. I think with the talent that they have, it's just might be a little harder than you think.
Drew Cook's got his base check and leveling out of the bat. A little bit tight on the bat, but hard up over the pitcher's head into center, bouncing over the third line of defense, just still bouncing away out there. He could take his time getting to the base, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Dave,
It's going to be another point.
can you ask who got that last
Renegades.
put out on for Gateway?
And Drew Crook joins the run
Kyle
parade.
Bora, I believe.
Yeah, Carl.
Hallelujah.
I got Shane back up at the plate saying hallelujah.
Well, they tried to get Shane and men. Hallelujah! It's Shane and yeah. There we go. Now they got it. they were trying.
Singing over there on the bench.
Yeah, no response the first time. Yo, Shane.
That's all I gotta do.
Yeah, Shane.
8%, right, buddy? Good job.
So 23-11, still only one out. So Drew Crook becomes the 8th different Renegade to score. Eighth. Yep, 8th different Renegade to score a run. Yep.
Now we've switched pitchers back to Peter Connolly now. Seems like we have specific pitchers for specific batters here.
Shane trying to become the 3rd Renegade to score 5 runs.
And just a touch early.
David Sanchez has 5. Joe McCormick has 6.
Chilling like a villain out there.
Well, the Archers definitely consider them villains because they've put 23 runs up on them.
Tipping up over the bat and behind.
I thought Shane and I were a little closer than that, but trying to hit it right up at the broadcaster's booth, I understand. I see how it is.
Hard, solid hit
That's the
over into
direction.
left, bouncing over. Oh, past Kyle. Liam is running for it. That is going to give Shane another run for his numbers. That's going to make it 24-11.
At this point, they're just putting some icing on the cake. That's another run for the Renegades. That's the 5th for Shane. And it's 24-11. It's getting just more and more out of control. As we've seen the game go on, it's just the distance has gotten wider and wider and wider. And they've avoided that 12-run rule, but it's starting to catch up to them now. Rob Dias, 2 for 6.
Is up. And apparently Shane was chilling. He meant it when he said it. Let's see if Rob's going to get another run up.
Face this. Here we go.
Got a blue and silver Easton bat. Cyclone. And hard one out into center left, bouncing right back. Oh, and Liam has it this time, and that is going to be an out. That's a
Good
put
play.
out by Liam McCoy.
Liam McCoy in for Demetrius Morrow makes that play. That's the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 for 7 for Rob, and not for a lack of hitting. He's definitely put the ball in play most times.
Luis Rodriguez coming up. Get some instruction from Rob.
Top half of inning number 6 here. We have the Renegades 24, the Gateway Archers 11.
Archers telling their fielders they just need one more out.
That's
As
good.
Lewis sets his stance at home plate. And we again
Set.
back to Ron Cochran with our last hitter for pitching. That time the ball actually went over the bat.
Ooh. That's a rarity in this
Something
game.
new today.
Yep.
Oh, back under again.
Here we go. That was new. Finish high. All right, here we go.
Still chuckling.
Set.
Oh, got a little bit of connection on there. Just can repeat that. And maybe get some more solid.
2 outs, top 6.
Asking if his bat's good. And it was good. Nailed it down on a grounder over into left field, out toward Liam. Went past Liam's arms, and now that's going to be another run for the Renegades.
Yeah,
Not a duplicate defense.
I'm generally thinking that they're going to score the run when the ball changes sound when he hits it, and that's exactly what happened here. He changed the sound of that baseball, and that's the second run for Luis Rodriguez. Actually, is that Luis's third? They scored so many runs, even I'm starting to lose track. 25-11. That's just...
And back up with Joe again.
Yep.
Who's going to see if he can...
7 for 8, maybe?
See if he can go 7-8.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Getting a new ball.
Luis Rodriguez is at least 2 for 3. He may be 3 for 4. We can get the confirmation on that.
Put the pin in the ball. Ah, good. Now we're down to 1 ball beeping.
And a 25-run output by the Boston Renegades. 25 runs.
All right, Robbie. Let me get your bases. Robbie gets up here.
Got Joe up to bat.
Bases!
Joe Mack pointing to his bases.
Here we
As
go.
long as
We
he
got
doesn't
2
point
down.
out in the field like Babe Ruth, I think we might be all right. Exhaling deeply. Elbow up.
Set.
And just underneath.
What's the score?
25-11.
A little bit being a lot. Joe pulls the back of his pants up again.
Set.
And a solid bouncer over into left field. Over into Kyle, scooping it up, and he is out. Kyle's quite good. Usually at scooping those right up. No nonsense on defense. I think this whole game I've only seen the 1 bounce out of his hands.
And that's the kind of culture he needs to bring to the rest of the Gateway Archers defensively. The inning is over. Another 4 spot in the 6th inning. So
We have Boston taking the field.
all Gateway needs to do is drop a 15 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they
All
win.
they need to do.
That's what I was wondering. I wonder how many. I guess I know.
Yep, that's all. Just 15. It's just 2.5 times through the order, and they're good.
No big deal.
Nope.
I've seen Johnny get hot before, though, guys.
Absolutely, Johnny Walker is one of the best pitchers in the game. They got Rich Crussell. They got.
There for a reason.
Yep.
I'm going to make a substitution.
Got another
not anymore. Too late in the
substitution.
I'm going to bring in 71. Elena Regan, which is spelled like President Reagan. And she's going in for Kimball, 40.
We have
So some more depth shown by the Boston Renegades
I saw
side.
her earlier in their previous game. A lot of promise there.
Is Rob still there?
He just
Okay.
walked off.
I was just about to ask him Luis Rodriguez's stats, but it doesn't really matter. 25-11. And we'll see what happens in this half of an inning. Boston should take it home here. And honestly, defense is a theme of the game, but Boston just consistently putting up those crooked numbers. Other than that 1-run 3rd inning, they scored 3 or more runs in every single inning. They didn't
That's out there, Liam.
have that spell where they got cold for a little while. They basically consistently just put runs up on the board. And not to belabor a point, but even the inning that they struggled and they only scored 1 run, they then shut the Gateway Archers out in their half of that inning. So they won that inning 1-0. So even their struggle inning, they won.
We're it, guys.
So we have Liam up to bat. He's got his blue camouflage sleeves as well as his shoes. Kind of a theme going on there. And then blue and white
Can buy me dinner too.
batting gloves.
It's cuter.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing there.
Defense good.
And Johnny
Success!
back out on the
There it is.
pitchers as our ump decides to put on
Another
his
way,
cowboy hat.
another way you can look at this is all the Archers need to do is hit 7 home runs. They don't even need 14 runs. They just need to hit 7 balls over 170 feet. And that's a tie game.
Man, it's a little on the outside.
It's easy.
Top of Liam's back.
It's easy for the guy whose home run would be a 60-footer to say that.
Man,
If I hit a 60-footer, that would have been a home run for me.
Jumped up and hit Johnny right in about the hip area. He turned sideways, caught him in the hip. Liam back at the home plate.
2 strikes.
Is that all you got?
Johnny Walker talking some
Taunting
taunting
Liam. Is that all you got?
the pitcher's his batter. It's That's fun to watch. 3 strikes.
You never know, it might get him encouraged to swing that a little harder to take him out.
Well, he did just say good cut on that last one, so.
Strike 3. Come on, baby.
That's the 3rd strike. Thought that was the 4th, but I forgot that the dead ball resets the count, so my mistake.
Encouragement from the bench. And a solid pop-up hit. Is it going to make it into fair play, though? No, it's just behind Johnny. Not quite enough. So Liam will be coming back. As Mari calls him back, and Johnny's walking up to him to do some encouragement.
How are the Archers looking on their bench right now? You know, you're down 14 runs. It's your last game of the day. You have to bat this last inning. How are they looking?
They're not super loud. They don't look completely discouraged, but they're definitely not riled up. That is definitely for sure.
You're probably ready to go back to the old hotels and chill. But again, solace for them. This is not an elimination game. This is not a game that affects them being eliminated.
And almost coming back to hit Liam. He dodged forward to miss that.
But
Definitely trying to take either himself or Johnny, the pitcher, out. Hey, you gotta have fun when you're out there.
absolutely.
And
that's
that's
it.
gonna be a strike.
So that's a strikeout. 2 more outs to get for the Renegades.
We got Ethan coming up to bat.
Ethan, one of the few bright spots today for the Gateway Archers. 3 for 4. He's had a great day.
Sleeves rubbing Mari's head. It's worked so far for him in the past.
Hey, keep doing it. No matter what the score.
Field's ready.
Personally, in that situation, Rosina, I might save the lucky head rub for like a bigger game tomorrow or Wednesday. You know, down 14 with 1 out in the 6th. I don't think the head rub is going to bring too much good luck to the overall team.
I don't think it's gonna run out, so.
I don't know how that stuff works. Does it run out? Is it something you have to go buy at the store? Like, is it something that, you know, I'm not sure how this superstition stuff works.
And a hard, solid knock high up into center field, bouncing back into the third base, and it's going to be safe. And I guess it does not run out.
Keep
yet.
rubbing the
That is
head.
gonna be
Rub-a-dub-dub.
It obviously is working for him. Maybe the rest of the team needs to take a page out of his book and try that a little bit for themselves.
Yeah, they should all rub her head now. So good grief. He just drilled it 4 for 5 today for Ethan Johnson. He's been killing it for them. So 25-12, you got to start. You can't score 14 runs without scoring 1. And Ethan Johnson's continued.
Chad Dillon coming up to the plate, and again, a left-handed batter. You can hear the chatter out there in the field. Definitely a lot of talking going on there in the Renegades.
And you always know who the professionals are, the ones that'll still give you those really good, honest plate appearances despite the score being what it is. And Ethan Johnson definitely did that.
All right, spaces.
And ready for a base check. Chad nodding, he's good to go. And it was a little far on the outside near the end of the bat as he nicked that in his swing. Twisting that up over his shoulder. And making a solid, better connection, dropping the bat, switching over back to first as it rolls back out. And, just past Lewis, and that is going to be a score. But just barely, just fumbled almost by all three, just made it past them all. It was just kind of like those earlier plays by the Archers, just a coulda, shoulda.
Who got that? Who got that run?
That was Chad Dillon.
Chad Dillon. That's his 3rd run of the. He's had a good day himself, 3 for 5 at the dish. So you have your bright spots for the Gateway Archers, and those bright spots have continued to shine, and that's what you have to take with you going forward. Hey, this wasn't our best game, but Ethan 4 for 5.
Still putting out a performance.
Yep.
They're not giving up. We got Henry Allen up, and they're definitely. I mean, I don't know if I'd go so far as to stay still in the game, although anything is possible. But it's definitely a performing team, and they're definitely out here to play.
They're competing as if they're still in the game. They're not competing as if the game is over, and that's refreshing to see. And 25-13, you got to start somewhere.
Hard hit by Henry, down on the ground, over to left field, popping over on them all. Can Lewis pick it up? And now he's going to be safe, giving them another run. They might be rejuvenated.
25 to 14. Johnny Walker getting hot. Top of the order coming up. Still only one out.
Popping just right over Rob and then right over Elena, and Lewis just not quite able to get that in his hands before Henry could get to the base.
And again, important to note, Boston doesn't have all of their main guys out there on the field. They do have some backups in, but obviously not worried about it yet, but maybe a few more runs, a few more good swings, and Rob might call timeout and put a couple of his main guys back in. We'll see.
We got Rich Crussell up.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have their best hitter now.
Johnny coming up to talk to Rich. Patting him on the back, no trying to kill him. Just let's get a point and get the job done.
Pass the baton on to the next guy. That's what you got to do when you're facing this kind of deficit, 25-14.
Not a one-person game by any means. And a hard hit. It's going to be foul over onto the first baseline, over into the filming box. Rich takes his place back at home plate. Try to repeat that, but in a fair play.
And I just heard Sean Bora will be coming back to the dish when his spot, if his spot comes back around, which it will in 2 batters.
Hard hit. Oh, it ticked the edge of Johnny's helmet as it went by his head. He's lucky that it barely, I mean, it's still going to be a dead ball, but it could have been a lot more painful right there.
That's the 3rd time something's hit off Johnny today. We saw the one off his knee.
He just seems to walk it off. He's had his hip, he's had his knee, he's now his head. It doesn't seem to phase him. I don't know if he's twisting enough to catch it or he's not taking the brunt of it, but definitely got, is that all you got? Again.
And is that all you got, he said.
And that was a hard hit, so if that would have made a better connection, that would have really been painful.
Yeah, let's all be thankful that didn't happen. That would not have been good.
Hard hit, smacked him again, this time in the other hip. This is what happens when Johnny starts taunting his players. Is that all you got? They're going to hit him on every side till he's black and blue.
At some point, like, you gotta stop hitting it to where they keep hitting you with it. Like, I've never seen this. Like, this is the 4th time this guy's been hit. Like, 6th this game? That's like, at some point, like, I don't know.
And he's not even limping.
Like, we haven't seen the Renegades pitcher get hit once throughout the whole game. I don't know. At some point, you gotta make some kind of an adjustment or something.
Hard swing, twisting around, and that will be a strike.
I believe that'll be 2nd strike because it was a 1-strike count before the 2 dead balls, so I think that's 2. But 6.
And sliding right underneath that. Rich desperately needing to get a hit in here to keep the momentum going for the Archers.
Ready, ball.
Solid hit. This time it missed Johnny going out to the right field on the ground. Caught right up. Scooped right up. No problem at all with Guy Zuccarello picking that up for the out.
I just love how your first thing to hit, this time it missed his pitcher and it's a fair ball in play, but it was picked up for the out and the Renegades are now only 1 out of the way. And that's tough for the Gateway Archers because a couple of those balls that did go off Johnny, the one definitely sounded like it was slammed and could have easily been a run. So
the one that hit his head, if it had not hit his head, it would probably have been a run. And we do have Kyle Bora, puppy dog tail, up to bat. He's been nailing it for his team, taking a slight relaxer.
he has been. He's gotten 3 runs. Him and Ethan Johnson and Chad Dillon have been the shining stars today. He's 4 for 5. Yep. Yep.
Or at least for this game.
Yep. Ethan Johnson is as well. Chad Dillon has a few runs scored. They've had it. They've had some positives. But man, Johnny Walker's got to get out of the way.
High pop up by Kyle. Is it going to be fair? It's going to be short. And he's only 3/4 of the way down.
Is that it? It's really hard to stop that engine once you get it revved up too. It really is, especially if you're a real fast runner.
Kyle walking it on back, taking it nice and easy. Well, I know he's got to be tired, but he doesn't show it. It's not visibly breathing hard. Shrugging his shoulders as he digs into home plate. Tension on his pitcher, Johnny Walker. And going over the pitch.
Here we go. Has to make it happen here. 25-14, 2 outs, bottom 6.
Hard pop up over into right. It's going to drop short. Right over to Guy again. It's past his feet. Can he get to it in time? No, he does not. It is going to be safe for Kyle. So his brother Sean will be up to bat.
Kyle
Sean
5 for 6.
Coming up behind his, right after his brother, it's Kyle. Definitely made that. He was just past Guy's feet, and he had to turn his entire body around to crawl and go after it. It was just not quite going to happen.
Yeah, Guy might like to have that one back if he could get it to bounce, you know, stay at his feet. But 25-15, 2 outs. Sean Bora now.
He's a left-handed hitter. This is Kyle's brother. Although I'm sure he probably hates that. I always, as a kid in school, hated being called either my brother or sister's
Sister.
That's so-and-so's sister. Oh, I hated that. So he probably does not appreciate that.
Well, Kyle Bora is also Sean Bora's brother.
That's true. Okay, nodding that he's ready. Oh, and he's catching the edge of that to make it a foul ball.
1 strike. Johnny Walker definitely finding some bats late here. 4 runs in the 5th, 4 runs in the 6th.
I'm tapping that to see if it's going to make it past the pitchers. It is not. Foul ball, as Sean is 3/4 of the way to the base again. The Guy was on top of that. If that had been fair, he would have had that out.
And Rosina, just another example of what you were talking about earlier. Another beat baseball family. The Boras, you know, Kyle and Sean, 2 brothers that want to play this game together, and you know.
One of my favorite things to see is definitely the family
Yep.
attitude that is in this. It's not just, I mean, the actual families as well as the family component of
Yep.
how close these players are to one another.
Any base, Brad?
Alright, I gotta make a 1-inch adjustment and it's out of here.
1-inch adjustment.
And it's out of
Johnny
here.
Says.
So he's calling a 2-run home run.
Oh,
3 strikes.
above the bat. Another rarity.
3 strikes. He can still use his pass, but that's not going to happen.
That's going to be a strike. That is going to be the game. And so, yeah, that's going to be a 25-15 game for the Renegades. The Renegades coming off of the field. Johnny looking around at his players, hoping that they can line up here to congratulate one another. It still was a very well-played game by the Archers. There was a lot of almosts that didn't happen, but they didn't give up. They were not completely out of this game. It was just one of those games where things just didn't go their way.
I think you saw an example of one team that is a top 5 World Series team when they play in it for the most part, and they came out and did all the things that Boston likes to do. They scored basically in every single inning. They were fast picking up balls. They were fast getting to bases. They were fast pretty much doing everything. They were the Boston Renegades. The Gateway Archers, a solid team, maybe not quite maybe on Boston's level as of just yet.
Might not have been the game they wanted, but they still played well. You could hear the cheers from both teams. The Archers telling the Renegades good game as they huddle up over on the first base line. And you could hear the Renegades over there chanting at their bench. They're all refueling with water and cooling towels to make sure that they're not too exhausted to make it back to their shuttles and buses to go back to the hotels. I do believe there is a Cool Kids event going on tonight, Matt, where they're working with the youth, trying to bring up more of the future beat ball players for the potential. Okay, we're done.
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to be a cool kid.
We gotta pack our stuff up. And then